You're listening to WZYE 95.9 FM. You are listening to WZYE 95.9 FM, the most influential name in Caribbean radio in the tri-state area. Broadcasting from East Orange, New Jersey, the most influential name in Caribbean radio, WZYE 95.9 FM.
Do not categorize the blessing by colors. It is not the colors you need to watch. It is the character. Watch out for the character. I'm going to tell you, there are three basic types of people that you will interact with if you are a child of destiny. Can I share this with you? The first group are confidants. Confidants. You will have very few of them. Confidants are those people in your life who love you unconditionally. They are into you. Whether you're up or down, right or wrong, they are into you. They are in for the long haul. If you get in trouble, they get in trouble with you. They'll come see you in the jailhouse. They'll come get you out of the crack house. They're confidants. You can open up and share anything with them. You'll never inherit your kingdom until you find your confidant. You can't be David till you find your Jonathan. Having a good confidant is the key that unlocks the kingdom, because you were raised outside the gate and God's going to cause you to reach over the wall. You got to have a confidant behind the wall who can mentor you for what God is going to do next in your life. The problem with most people is that everybody they run around with is under them. And so you are forever feeding people who can't feed you. And after years of feeding them, they begin to drain you. You got to have somebody who can feed you so you can feed somebody else. Oh, y'all don't hear what I'm saying. Am I talking to anybody in here? You need the confidant then. The confidant is those few people that come along in your life that are for you. They are with you. They are intimately intertwined in your life. They are there to make sure that you reach your destiny. They will confront you. They will get in your face. They will get in your business. They will tell you when you're wrong, because they are confidants. If you have two or three of them in a lifetime, you are a blessed person. Without them, you'll never be who God called you to be. You need to find your confidant. Number two, the other group are your constituents. They are not into you. They are into what you are for. They are for what you are for. They are your constituents. And as long as you are for what they are for, they will walk with you and work with you and labor with you, but never think that they are for you. They are for what you are for. And you have to know that, because if they meet somebody else that will further their agenda, they will leave you and hook up with them, because they were never for you. They were just for what you were for. They are your constituents. And throughout your life, if you're not careful, particularly if you're broken, you will mistake your constituents for your confidants. And you will think that they are for you when they are really not for you. They are just for what you are for. And by the time you get through falling in love with them, they will break your heart as they hook up with somebody else who is for what you are for, because it was never about you anyway. It was about the causes that you represent. They are for what you are for, but they are not for you. They are your constituents. Can I go deeper with this? The third group are your comrades. These people are not for you, nor are they for what you are for. It is just that they are against what you are against. and the comrades will make strange bedfellows. This will cause people to come together who are not for you, and they are not for what you are for, but they are against what you are against. And they will team up with you to help fight a greater enemy. But don't be confused by their associations. They will only be with you until the victory is accomplished. These people are like scaffolding. They come into your life to fulfill a purpose, and when the purpose is complete, the scaffolding is removed. But don't be upset when they are removed, because the building always remains when the scaffolding is removed. What I'm saying to you, my brothers and sisters, expect the constituents and the comrades to leave you and desert you after a while. Don't be upset when they don't react to your dream the way you expected them to, because they were never really with you in the first place. Be careful then who you tell your dream to, because if you tell your dream to your constituents, they will desert you and try to fulfill the dream without you. If you tell it to your comrades, they won't support it because they never were for what you were for anyway. If you find a few people in your entire life with whom you can share your dream with, you are a blessed somebody. I can tell you how to identify people who are really for you. If they are really for you, they will weep with you when you weep, and they will rejoice when you rejoice. When you walk in a room and you tell somebody good news, stop being happy for a minute and watch their reaction. If they're not happy for you, shut your mouth and walk back out of the door. Oh, y'all don't hear what I'm saying to you. Oh yeah, because when they are really connected to you, they will be happy for you when you share your dream. Find somebody, look them in the eye and say, are you happy for me? If you don't get the right reaction, don't tell them anything else. You need somebody who's really going to be happy for you. I don't want just anybody praying for me. I don't want none of them haters praying for me, because you know you hate me and you don't want me to succeed. I want somebody praying for me who really wants me to be blessed, who wants me to be an overcomer, so you can put up your oil and stop speaking in tongues, because you know you never did speak to me anyway, and ain't no need in you coming up here in this hospital like you gonna pray some cancer up off of me. I'd rather have somebody who really loves me lay across the bed and rebuke the devil. And God is so faithful, he'll always give you somebody. Oh, if he ever sent anybody into your life to help you, you ought to just clap your hands and thank him for the people he sent. Don't worry about the people he took. You ought to praise him for the people he sent. Touch
get up one morning, your elders have something, you don't know how they get it, but you want to use it. But if you ask them old people to get the things what they went through, ask them this any day, and your parents sure to say, black man have to keep on jamming, for black man to get a little something. Make up your mind, brother, that you're able to get a pulley and jam with the devil. Why? Black man have to keep on jamming, for black man to get a little something. Make up your mind, brother, that you're ready to swim offshore and hold your boat steady. Black man have to keep on jamming, for black man to get a little something. So when you're here, you get a little something. With that dragon eye, you keep watching, because I don't tell you already. Black man don't get nothing easy. You get up one morning, and oil money running. How it come you don't know, so that it care how the thing go. But if they read about Uriah, they wanna find out the pressure. How we get so much old hell to get a penny from TLL. Black man have to keep on jamming. For black man to get a little something, you got to take up your own cash money, pay people for your own refinery. Black man have to keep on jamming. For black man to get a little something, make up your mind to be a magician, to make money out of scrap iron. Black man have to keep on jamming. For black man to get a little something. So when you hear you get a little something, with that eagle eye you keep watching, because I don't tell you already, black man don't get nothing easy. Say we got up one morning, independence happening, getting the thing come easy. Now they're taking liberty, but if they know about petition, we have to send to England for some woman to tell we in this colony free. Black man have to keep on jabbing, for black man to get a little something. You got to go to conference in England to get independence in your own land. Black man have to keep on jamming, for black man to get a little something. People hold you, humiliate you, turn on and sell you, and then they free you. Black man have to keep on jamming, for black man to get a little something. So when you hear you get a little something, with that dragon eye you keep watching, because I don't tell you already, black man don't get nothing easy. So when a black man gets something, he got to start thinking to get it there easy. He got to practice economy, from getting it from the slave master to become the land owner. Brother, it's a terrible journey, packed with plenty brutality. Black man have to keep on jamming, for black man to get a little something. You got to rise up, you got to stand up, pick up your mind, you will always stay on top. Black man have to keep on jamming, for black man to get a little something. You got to go to conference in England to get independence in your own land. Black man have to keep on jamming, for black man to get a little something. You got to take up your own cash money, pay people for your own refinery. Black man have to keep on jamming, for black man to get a little something. Make up your mind to be a magician, to make money out of scrap iron.
Keep me as the apple of thine eye, hide me under the shadow of thy wing, O Lord, my Savior. It's so hard to deal with personal struggle. It's so sad when you feel alone in your trouble. It's real hard when you want to talk to a brother. It's so bad because of how some look at you after. So Jesus, come and be while you fix it. Come and be while you fix it. Come and be while you fix it. Jesus, cover me. Come and be while you fix it. Come and be while you fix it. Come and be while you fix it. Jesus, cover me. Cover my head. Satan want me dead. Cover my back from human attack. So Jesus, cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Jesus, cover me while you fix it. Jesus, cover me. People see you smile, but don't know the hurt that you're feeling. Even as God's child, at times your heart does be bleeding. Where can you go when you're really looking for healing? Who know how to flow when your soul needs some restoring? So Jesus, cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Jesus, cover me. Cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Jesus, cover me. Cover me home from evils unknown. Cover my feet so I'll never retreat. Oh Lord, cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Jesus, cover me. sister, them who under pressure. Cover, 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 cover the preacher, every church worker, the young believer. Cover, 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 the worship leader and intercessor, every gospel minister. Cover, cover, cover. Jesus alone is the one who have the real answer. The one on the throne is the true and loving Father. He will hold your hand and keep you from going under. He will make you stand and let you know he's a fixer. Cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Jesus, cover me while you fix it. Jesus, cover me. Cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Jesus, cover me while you fix it. Jesus, cover me. Cover me mind. You know the struggle sometimes. Cover me mouth, that the wrong thing wouldn't come out. Oh Lord, cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Jesus, cover me. Cover the Christian in the midst of aggression with the power of your right hand. Jesus, cover, cover, cover them helpless children. Jesus, defend them. Send help from heaven. Jesus, cover, cover, cover all them radio stations that blessing the nation. Grant divine protection. Jesus, cover, 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 cover me, cover me, cover me.
Truer words were never spoken. The less you associate with some people, the more your life will improve. Anytime you tolerate mediocrity in others, it increases your mediocrity. An important attribute in successful people is their impatience with negative thinking and negative acting people. As you grow, your associates will change. Some of your friends will not want you to go on. They will want you to stay where they are. Friends that don't help you climb will want you to crawl. Your friends will stretch your vision or choke your dream. Those that don't increase you will eventually decrease you. Consider this. Never receive counsel from unproductive people. Never discuss your problems with someone incapable of contributing to the solution, because those who never succeed themselves are always first to tell you how. Not everyone has a right to speak into your life. You are certain to get the worst of the bargain when you exchange ideas with the wrong person. Don't follow anyone who's not going anywhere. With some people you spend an evening. With others, you invest it. Be careful where you stop to inquire for directions along the road of life. Wise is the person who fortifies his life with the right friendships. If you run with wolves, you will learn how to howl. But if you associate with eagles, you will learn how to soar to great heights. A mirror reflects a man's face, but what he is really like is shown by the kind of friends he chooses. The simple but true fact of life is that you become like those with whom you closely associate, for the good and the bad. Note, be not mistaken. This is applicable to family as well as friends. Yes, do love, appreciate, and be thankful for your family, for they will always be your family, no matter what. Just know that they are human first, and though they are family to you, they may be a friend to someone else and will fit somewhere in the criteria above. In prosperity, our friends know us. In adversity, we know our friends. Never make someone a priority when you are only an option for them. If you are going to achieve excellence in big things, you develop the habit in little matters. Excellence is not an exception. It is a prevailing attitude.
Yes, 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 yes. Let me say a special hello to all the WZYE 95.9 FM listeners. Of course, ladies and gentlemen, it's no other than in the village with the DAT Triplets on WZYE 95.9 FM. Also streaming live on Facebook at WZYE and as well on YouTube at WZYE TV. Of course, ladies and gentlemen, we live on direct on social media as well. Right? And of course, ladies and gentlemen, you know how we say it here in the village. We originate, we don't imitate. Each and everyone is welcome in the village. Doesn't matter what color t-shirt you have on. You have on a purple t-shirt, you have on a burgundy t-shirt. Each and everyone is welcome in the village with the DAT Triplets on WZYE 95.9 FM. You could also wear a blue t-shirt. You're welcome as well. It doesn't matter what planet you're from, ladies and gentlemen. You're from Mazatanius, Venerianius, Sonaranius, whatever planet you're from, each and everyone is welcome in the village with the DAT Triplet on WZYE 95.9 FM. Let me say a special hello to no other than the one and only one, the commissioner, the one and only one, E. Thomas Nisbet Marshall, by way of Marabella. Yes. It's not Mirabella, it's Marabella. Yes? The person who said that last time absolutely got it wrong. Yes, it's Marabella. By way of Salibia. It's not Salibe, it's Salibia. Yes. We're getting it right. On his way to Palo Seco. Yes, it's Palo Seco, not Pato Seco. No other than Thomas E. Marshall, the Commissioner Nesbitt, boy.
Good evening, good evening, family. Good evening, Wall Street. How are you doing today?
Today is an excellent Tissues Day. No complaints.
Okay, it's always a pleasure being here in the village. Even though chaos seems to be behind your head, I don't know why chaos wants to take over, but I hope chaos doesn't get the best of you.
Yeah, we hope. Dr. Chaos, yeah, Dr. Chaos. Yeah. We don't want, we don't want Dr. Chaos to continue to cause chaos in Trinidad and Tobago. And he's causing more chaos in Tobago more than anything else.
We can't have that. We cannot have
that.
Nope.
No, we can't have that. And he's sending out people to cause more chaos. You understand? And he said some things in Parliament, and we are putting a video together in order for him to live up to his expectation of what he said he will do.
Are you going to hold your breath?
No.
Okay. As long as you know what to do.
I keep it real. I mean, we know that fella is, if we ever had a government official who does lie more than anything else, let's lie, blatant lie, is Dr. Chaos. Dr. Chaos, we don't want to call him Dr. Liar. Dr. Chaos is a good one for him. We started with, he's a manufacturer, he has manufactured chaos.
Right? Well, the chaos started way back. Since 2010. Since 2010, the chaos started against Patrick Morgan.
Absolutely. And, people forget Dr. Chaos was the one who brought Email Gate to Trinidad and Tobago, which was a flat-out lie. Flat-out lie. But let me go to the other one-third. Okay, folks. Let me go to the other one-third. Let me take this call here quick. Let me take this call, okay? This is the boss calling. I'll be right back. Tommy, go ahead.
Yeah, well, welcome, Diana. Welcome. Did you leave? Did she leave? Where did you go, Storm? Storm right in. Storm, I'm awaiting you. Okay, I guess the storm took a break. Hopefully the storm will return soon enough. Meanwhile,
right? Yeah, Tommy, she stormed out. Yeah, she is. She's back. She's storming in and storming out. Here we have. Yeah, this is the. Yes, she's storming. This is the other 1/3 of the DAT Triplets. No other than the Onyx Wave, Waveney, McDonald, Benskin, Diana, the poet, the poetress, the motivational speaker, Greta, out of a county in Barbados that
Irish.
many of us may not know of, on her way to Trinidad and Tobago to end up in St. Augustine, going to St. Augustine Girls' School, having a parlor in front of the theater,
Oh, Jesus.
Tambran ball and marbles.
Oh.
No other than the Onyx Wave, Ben Skin, McDonald, Greta, Diana.
Hi, Tommy. How you going, boy?
I'm good, Waveney. Good to see you. How are
Hi,
you?
listeners. How everybody going today? I put on my armor. I know some licks going on. Share.
Well, if you're back, bro, you have to take it.
I put on my armor. I know some licks going on. Share. Mm-hmm.
I hope you have two back, one for giving and one for taking.
You know when the storm hold a corner, she holds the corner.
Because licks goes two ways.
Licks going on. Share in the village tonight.
Yeah, licks is a give and take thing.
That's right. A pound for pound, nobody ain't trying to shoot nobody. Yeah? We just have a point of view, and we sticking to the point of view, and that's called debate. But if people gonna get personal and upset, and if everybody had the same, like, okay, it's going to be this way, and that's it, and there wasn't no diversity. You see what they do with diversity in the Supreme Court, right? What they do with diversity, Tommy?
What they do with it?
Talking about the diversity in colleges.
Yeah, in the colleges, what they do?
Yeah, they throw it out.
Well,
But you know what? When I heard that, right?
That means we're gonna go back to discriminating, and many people that look like you and I have difficulties getting into college.
And I say, so who built those universities? I start to think, the poet in me. And then I say, okay, all they don't want to practice diversity, whatever, however, the right term, they call it, affirmative action.
Affirmative
right?
action.
Right, to get people.
But
then wait, Tommy, give me a chance. You know what I say? Reparations now. Pay for me to go to school. Let me pay for me to go to school free. Since all they don't want to be fair, or they don't want to practice something where it could, guarantee me a spot if I ain't too bright and blah, blah, blah. And, pay. I want my reparations now to go to school.
That's right. Pay us for developing this nation.
Thank you. That's what I want to see Sharpton, and then we'll jump on that. Pay in the form of reparations. Pay for us to go to school then.
Somehow the thinking is that we already leveled up.
No, but look, first they went and they overturned Roe v. Wade. They're trying to resurrect Jim Crow down in Louisiana. People ain't follow. You see, they're going on in these backwater states, these, far out there, and they're doing things sneakily. Right? They're trying to resurrect Jim Crow.
I'm thinking that the outcome of this could be very ugly.
Because it's going to seep into the job market now. Affirmative action. They're going to seep into the job market too.
That in Florida, right, they want to remove critical race theory, right? And they want to put in LGBTQI plus.
In Florida?
I hear Jamaica up in arms.
I thought the governor was kicking against that LGBTQ business.
I hear Jamaica say they're not having it, and the Bahamas say they're not having it. They'll bring it there.
Tommy, I'm not sure about that one. That with respect to you talking about Ron DeSantimonious.
Yeah,
I just call him DeSatan.
All right.
Ron
I would say DeSantis for now.
I say DeSatan.
Yeah, DeSantis.
Anyway, I think DeSantis got tons of issues.
And listen to this, right? You see, Dr. Chaos is taking us back to the plantation, Dr. Chaos is putting us back on the plantation. You see what happened at Trinity College, Mocha?
Yep.
Oh God, all they talk now. Talk. I have it on my bullet list
When I
here.
told the
Talk,
people,
Handsome. Go ahead.
when I told the people
Uh-huh.
that Fali Chavez Augustine is a transformational leader for telling Tobagonians you could come in any office, any governmental office in Tobago, in your short pants, in your washikong, in your sapat, you know, with your hair turned sideways, backwards. In
Maybe
Trinidad, with Dr. Chaos is the Prime Minister and Dr. Nyan Gasby Dolly is the Minister of Finance. And you telling them about,
what?
well, if
Nayan
that
Gasby Dolly is who?
the Minister of Education, my bad.
Me minister of miseducation.
Okay,
All right.
I said finance. I said, don't tell me that the change was made and I wasn't aware.
Yeah,
of it.
no, my bad.
But
But let me finish. Let me
Go
finish.
ahead.
When I listen to what she said, I ain't gonna lie to all you. I was figuring out that Dr. Nyan Gasby Dolly was one of the better ministers in this RPNM. I'll be honest with you. I was thinking she's one of the better ministers.
Mhm.
That flip and flop she did with them books with regards to LGBTQI plus, right? And I understand her. I could be corrected if I'm wrong. And she's a 7-day Adventist.
Yep.
Eh? Is
Yep.
that true?
Yep, that's true.
All right.
Nadia,
So if she's a
sorry.
7-day Adventist, I'm gonna call publicly, right? For she to either resign from the 7-day Adventist or for the 7-day Adventist religion to tell her no longer can you be a 7-day Adventist, right? And you supporting stuff like that. Because they don't support that.
So hear me now.
Go
Hear
ahead.
me now. The boys can't wear their hair like that, but the girls could put extensions in their hair. And well, if the boys can't wear their hair like that, then Dr. Rowley need to tell MP Hines to resign.
Scotland too. Keith Scotland too.
Who are I don't know. I didn't know he wears it. Two of them got to go or cut their hair. Two of them got to go or cut their hair.
Correct is right. All they need to
I
go
know.
immediately.
That's it.
By the way, Waveney, I forget to compliment you on your hairstyle.
Yeah, that it's not a weave hair. People, it's my natural hair. One of Anselm staunch activists say I can't grow no hair. I just don't like maintaining. But I'm growing it back out for reasons.
Congratulations.
Well, thank you.
Congratulations on your natural hairstyle. It looks very well.
Listen to
Thank
this.
you.
We should have heard something from Fitzgerald Hines
Yeah.
and Keith Scotland
Start talking to.
because it's falling right at their footsteps.
Yep, that's what I say.
It's falling on you supposed to come out and make a statement
Yeah.
and say that, you know what? Discrimination is unacceptable.
Amen.
Trinidad and Tobago.
Well, if you forgive me for chomping, I ain't eat all day.
Yeah.
Biscuit and tea.
But since we going all over the place, we go all over the place. I want to see what the government go do about the Hindu school saying they don't want sex education in their school. I want to see what the government of Trinidad and Tobago gonna say, and Dr. Chaos and Dr. Nyan Gasby Dolly gonna say with regards to the Hindu school saying they're not gonna teach sex education in their schools.
Anyway, before we go on any further, let's go to the chat and acknowledge.
All right.
Who's
Tommy spoiling me fun.
No, I ain't spoiling the fun. I just
Tommy spoiling the fun.
I just cooling it off a little.
Yeah. He's right. So let me say first in the chat, of course, was Nadia.
The village sweetheart.
Good afternoon to you, Nadia. Hey.
Good afternoon, Nadia.
Yeah. Nadia, come back with
the evening, rather.
Red.
Nadia, your puppy in timeout. He bad.
Oh God, she give me real colors there, boy. What? She in a good mood tonight. I feel the rain didn't affect Nadia tonight. She in a good mood tonight. Yeah, look, Tommy, I tell her she in a good mood. Look, Tommy.
Nadia's always in a good mood.
Yeah, the same kind I get from her. Well, she consistent with Diana. She get Diana them boxing them. I know what's wrong with Nadia.
Who boxing them?
I look them boxing them there.
Them is hearts.
It's hearts?
Lovely hearts.
No, no hearts. You see no hearts there?
Well, you have something wrong with them, your glasses.
Yeah.
You get rid of that bootleg thing on your face.
Nadia say good night to Keisha, Judy, Lana, Rose, Denise G, Capiza, Miss Coover. I ain't see Miss Coover in a little bit. Yeah, I tell you all in Nadia in a good mood tonight. Watch. Look the emojis in here. Emojis in here. Perfume boy. Albert, Rennie, Hailey, Vonnie, John, Troy, Smith, Ellis. Green, red, yellow, blue. Or IL is green. PNM is red. Yellow is UNC. And blue is NTA. All right. Okay. Visha. Visha is Nadia's daughter, right? Right?
She using her daughter phone.
Oh, okay. So Visha, Nadia.
Because I tell you that every time. So God.
But
Mother
she's
and
in the
daughter.
village as Nadia also. So clearly her daughter is in the village too.
Yeah. That's what I say.
Welcome,
That's what I
welcome,
say.
Visha.
Nadia and daughter. Yeah. Good night to you. Takisha, you inside. What tax?
Kish. Good evening,
Takisha
Kish.
back live on direct with me. Takisha say, Ansem, good night. Yeah, again, some nice emojis there. Diana the Storm, getting some emojis.
Purple royalty. She's royal. Hey.
Oh. Tell me what purple means.
Strength.
Strength. All right. Again, Diana, strength.
And royalty.
Tommy, you get.
Run the thing, Tommy. Stop holding your tongue back. Run it.
Tommy, what color is
Strength
that?
and royalty.
My favorite color.
Blue is your favorite color?
You haven't recognized that yet?
You know, that is true. You know? Yeah. Correct is right.
Wait. I see something in the corner that says NTA on his shirt, on Tommy's shirt.
That's NLBC on it.
I'll be NTA.
This shirt has no prints on it at all. It's plain blue.
Nadia, Nana, Rose, Carice, Marisha, Miss Coover, Erica, John. Hey, Erica! I want Erica to come in and tell them about the building up in Chumaka, Clavante, where the roof blow off.
Oh.
Where the people were selling failed Geraldines. Yes, I'm going back to it. Failed Geraldines. Telling them about the building months now. They wait till a storm come and they want to blame their ineptitude. They want to blame the storm. I mean, not you, Diana. Not you.
I can't blame.
They want to blame.
So if it was me, I had to blow on the roof off a their house.
It wasn't even a storm. It is
a high wind.
Listen. The PNM have mentally, psychologically abused them people up in Laventille. And I'm afraid to say, the PNM have abused the people mentally and psychologically.
Financially.
Because think about this, right? And I'm coming back to the chat. Think about this.
Excuse me.
Imagine
Sorry.
you come home from a hard day's work. Your kids lying down in the bed in the bedroom. And all of a sudden, right? You can't even go to the bathroom. All of a sudden you're getting a shower. In the bedroom.
Let me jump in here. I think this is my thoughts that the people get what they deserve because they've never moved away from the Balize as long as they've been in existence.
Yeah, but Tommy, don't blame them. I'm telling you.
No.
I was in that. Don't blame them for that.
But you get taken for granted when you behave in that manner. You support your oppressor.
But Tommy, you are blaming them. Because maybe they don't know better. That's the best they know, and they're doing the best they can with what they know.
All right, so okay. All right, I'll leave it there for now.
All right, but I want to come back to that because I think it's important. It is important for us to understand that the neglect by the PNM of these people, it is out of control. It is out of control. And then we have Phil Geraldines coming to do a press conference with not one individual talking from up in Chumaka, Claventille. Not one of them in the press conference.
The abuse is evident. But if the abuse continues and you do nothing, you say nothing, you don't act on it, what do you expect?
But Tommy,
I rest my case, Your Honor.
Sometimes people just be in an abusive relationship and it just take them years before they leave.
Yeah, but you know,
You people abuse alcohol and it takes them years before they go to AA. People abuse drugs and it takes them years before they go to rehab. It is
and if they never go to rehab, then the abuse would be their demise.
Yes, I don't disagree with that. But there are
and when you enabling people to abuse you, that's my problem. Because you see what they dispense, your abuser dispense. You see for yourself, you ain't getting nowhere really. You ain't getting nowhere really. You have no intergenerational wealth, your bank account looking however, right? And you're still gonna hold steadfast. And my problem is they that hold steadfast because they want to hold on to a what while their fellow Trimbigonians suffering. I have a problem with them too. All of them. All of them.
If you have to do something to feed your family legally,
I said they hold steadfast because of their job, but you can change stuff, and you're not supposed to lose your job.
But
people change their people.
Not what society is. That's not.
Well, they need to change that society, because up here you just change your vote and you don't lose your work. If you're one of the voting regular Joe Schmo like me, you don't lose your work. I like you. I going and vote this other side. You still have your work there the next day. So why it can't be that way in Trinidad and Tobago?
So what is the option? What is the option?
What do you mean? What's the option?
The option is to show your discontent by voting against what's not working for you.
That's right. That's what I said.
Relationship. You're gonna leave the relationship one way or another.
But Tommy, they did that before. The people did that before.
Not in that constituency.
Well, no, not in that constituency.
That's what we're talking about. That's what we're talking about. It's like they're frightened. You're not thinking that you just play. They're frightened and they're poor. They're hungry. So you scare them. They're gonna do whatever. They're frightened. They're poor. The clip that you just play all the time.
Let me cut up again. What happened to Dr. Love today? Is he still in love?
No.
Tommy, don't encourage nothing now. Leave well enough be now. I say goodbye. I say auf Wiedersehen, hasta la vista, sayonara, ciao, go away, all that. Good. Be good.
Hold on.
I think there are two ways in which people are controlled. First of all, frighten people, and secondly, demoralize them. An educated, healthy, and confident nation is harder to govern. And I think there's an element in the thinking of some people. We don't want people to be educated, healthy, and confident because they would get out of control. The top 1% of the world's population own 80% of the world's wealth. It's incredible that people put up with it, but they're poor, they're demoralized, they're frightened, and therefore they think perhaps the safest thing to do is take orders and hope for the best.
And that is exactly what that ruling in the Supreme Court doing. Frightening people like myself. You understand? Frighten them. You don't want to frighten them. You can control them. And then you don't want me, you're making it harder for me to get an education too. And you're hiding my history, the real contribution of my race to the country. They want to go backwards and put you back in a state where, you're begging for something. And anyway, I hope by then in Barbados or...
Let me finish with the chat here. Takesha was second in.
Hi, Keish.
Takesha says Albert, Vonnie, Ellis, Rajvi, Ulrich, Hailey, Troy, Chris, Tropics, Daryl, Rennie, Ken, good night. Takesha says only love in the village. No room for hate or negativity, just love, full 100. Here we go. It's Dr. Love. Dr. Love. Dr. Love says, good night, brothers and sisters. Love in the house. Great love is all I bring. Yes? Furthermore, Dr. Love states, respect to the panel, Mr. Walls, Lady Diana, and Mr. Tommy. So we call him, she Lady Diana. He's setting it up.
Good evening, Dr.
Hey, she dead.
Setting it up. He said, sending out eternal, international, universal love to all the ladies.
Yeah, hip hip hooray.
Yes. All right. Now here we get to the good part. Let's see here. Dr. Love, attention is on you. You would see red as if it was blue. Pink would seem green, if you know what I mean.
Okay.
From all the great things from above, I would do like Billy Ocean and show you the color of love, Diana.
Like that.
Oh God! Yeah. So me getting better and better, you know.
Yeah, he practicing hard.
Practicing and you hitting it out the park, boy. Every time. All right, let me go to stanza 2, verse 2.
Uniform.
Verse 2. Lady D.
You and
Lady
me.
D. You and me living in harmony.
Harmony. Harmony.
Not a care in the world.
Not a care in the world.
I could make your body swirl.
Whoa.
Oh God.
Bacchanal.
Bacchanal. When you see stars in me, I would ask, who's your daddy?
Whoa.
Oh God. Well, yes.
Lady D, are you there?
Then if you want to know who my daddy is, you gotta go dig up my mother and ask him.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. You know. Lady D, you had to admit, he coming real good.
Like he could come all he want. I won't be meeting him.
You had to
Poor
admit,
fella.
on
Poor
a
fella.
on a scale of 1 to 10, is a 10.
Poor fella. Keep on writing, Rennie. Some one of the girls in the village,
ask
they
you a
might
question.
swoon here.
On a scale of 1 to 10, isn't that 10?
I'm not judge. I don't judge people's poetry.
If you have to give him a grade, what grade would you give him?
I do not judge people's
It's
poetry.
a grade. You ain't judging, you're giving a
I'm
grade.
not giving him any grade. Sorry.
Okay, all right. Rennie partner, you eating it out the park. West Indies need some. You see, West Indies have all kind of team beating them to trying to get to the World Cup. Rennie, I go nominate you. Yeah, you're eating it out the park, brother. 6. Bonnie Roberts, good evening. Good evening to the chat family. Who all have a very successful day. Be safe, blessings.
Same to you, Vonnie.
Yeah, Vonnie says to the lovely ladies, Nadia, to Keisha, June, Hailey, Lana, and the poet Diana, blessings. Oh, and listen, what you see what going on now? Vonnie giving red emojis, boy. He ain't
Yep.
no yellow emojis, you know. It's red hearts. He ain't no yellow hearts, you know. It's red hearts he giving. Yeah, Vonnie. We making you out, eh? Hey, look, my partner Curtis Monteshard from Chumakak, boy. Curtis, you see what I'm to the rebuilding? The roof gone. The roof take aside. You know what that reminds me of? It reminds me of 2011 when Dr. Chaos went up there with Donna Cox, Nylon Hippolyte, who was then the representative for Laventel West, one of the best representatives after Maurice Marshall, that they get rid of to put Field Gerald Hines, Donna Cox, the Nylon Hippolyte, a next person from AGC when the building they burned down. In that time, in that picture though, the big difference, they had somebody from Chumaka Clavanti working with them. Right? But that was the last time Dr. Chaos ever went up there. I don't think he ever went back. And you know, I asked a question. How come the PNM don't have meetings in Laventil, where's one of the strongholds?
What did I just say about being taken for granted?
No, Tommy, I feel it was the other meeting they had missed. I want to ask the question. When was the last time the PNM had a meeting in Laventil?
You have to ask
I wouldn't know.
Ask them on 91.9. They would have the answer.
Google it.
I know if Google. Who I could call, baby?
Call
somebody and find out. So Curtis Monteshard, welcome. Yeah, the roof of the building was at the side of the building. Boy,
and didn't he say he went up there the day before? There was there no evidence that
he couldn't see it.
But the lady said that they said that something happened before and they checked it and the inside was rotted in the beams.
You have a next video to show you. Says Anselm Rowley still manages to win 2 terms in office. But I will tell you, there ain't no opposition. That's what you tell you. There's no opposition. Yeah. Oh, Nadia saying good night, Visha. Nadia saying good. All right.
Well, who said this one? No opposition?
Yeah. No, I said that. Yeah, Hailey, no joke.
Good night.
Hailey, no joke. Can you imagine they treat the student who work hard to get like a criminal for a haircut? Hailey. You mean, all in a sudden,
Yep.
it doesn't matter with my intelligence, you know. It doesn't matter if I graduate at the top of the class. It doesn't matter if I graduate third in the class. It doesn't matter, you know. All it matters is that I have braids in my hairs.
No, all that matters is that you have a European hairstyle that's acceptable.
Yeah, the one you look like Rapunzel.
Correct is right. Right. And but let me take it even further. How come the people of Trinidad and Tobago, let me be more specific. How come the black people in Trinidad and Tobago in March on Trinity College?
Listen, they actually agree with what I was looking at some of the comments. They're in agreement with the administrators for doing what they did.
Amen.
Yeah.
Yes. You look at.
But
I was just reading some of the comments quietly and saying.
But Nyan, that Miss Dolly, she does have extensions in her hair. Girls who go to school when they got lace wigs on, and so you telling me the young men have their hair twisted, properly groomed, and that's a problem? Well. According to Rose, Samson won again and no college today. Then
Correct is right.
now Samson. Wait. Let me go. Bob Marley. What you gonna do with Bob Marley? Tell he to cut he hair too.
No,
Look at the amount of doctors that are Rastafarians in this country.
But the thing about it, Tommy and Diana, is that we have people defending the school and saying, well, that's a rule. You mean in 2023, a plantation rule is acceptable?
We're going backwards. That's how we're going.
Correct, Tommy. We're going backwards quickly.
Boys are properly groomed. They're natural. And what is that? You know,
You know what that reminds me of? That reminds me of this, right? When I worked on Wall Street, we used to have to wear suit every single day. Suit. They indoctrinate you. You have to wear a suit. And then they instituted dress down Friday.
Right, same thing when I was at
Yeah, I said, but wait now. All you're really putting me more expense. All you tell me dress up. I dress up now, you want me dress down?
On Friday, yeah.
I just kept on wearing my suit. People say, well, why are you wearing a suit? I said, because I want to wear a suit. Now listen to this. Google, one of the biggest companies in the world, you rather wear no suit to go Google? No suit. You get rid of suit. If you go on an interview, you rather wear no suit. Because a suit doesn't tell you about your intelligence.
Nope.
You know what that's like? That's like a grade point average. Think about this, right? Let's say you graduate from college with a 2.0 grade point average. 2.0, right? And you working on the job 2 years, and you become one of the best employees, right? And you're going for a new job in the company. Do they ask you for your grade point average?
No.
They don't ask you. Correct is right, Tommy. They don't ask you for your grade point average.
Yeah, they ask you if you attended college, if you graduated, and your major.
And what have you done within the company in those 2 or 3 years that you've been working there? So if I have braids in my hair, that doesn't say whether I'm a good student, a bad student. It doesn't say anything about that.
Yeah,
So this kind of myopic thinking. But I tell all you, what I say? The apple don't fall far from the tree.
What kind of school is CIC?
No, it's Trinity.
Trinity, I'm sorry. What kind of school is Trinity? That's a Roman Catholic thing?
They said it was an Anglican school. I'm sure, but it is considered to be one of the prestige school. Not at the top of the prestige ladder, but maybe second tier.
But let me tell you all an incident I had back in the day. It was we usually have our carnival at SAGs, right? Everybody portrayed a costume. She would bring in a calypsonian and, steel band, wherever they play. And we go around the field. And she spot me coming to the school. Was my last year in school. It was in February of the year writing exam. And I roll up my cap sleeve and I flick out my afro. It's 77 now, And the girl go and I had my bell bottom pants and I'm ready to dance to short shirt. Tourist Lego. Remember that song, Tommy?
Yep.
Yeah, man. And I think Miss Mahay spot me. Hello, Miss Spence, can you come here? So I said, yes, ma'am. She said, you got to fix that here. I said, how you mean I got to fix it, ma'am? She said, braid it, tie it back, cover it. I said, why? This is my natural hair. This is how my hair stands. It defies gravity. She said, well, you can't wear it. I said, okay, with all due respect, Indrani could wear hers flying down her back like that. And I pointed to a young lady. Had she hair, long hair, just a rubber band and the hair open flying down the back. So she has to braid hers too. She looked at me, she said, okay, leave well enough alone. I stood up to the great Miss Mays. I sure did. Telling me to tame my hair. Right? Nah.
Yep.
I remember that.
I set me off there, boy. Let me finish the chat. Nadira. Hey, Nadira. Welcome, Nadira. How are you? Yeah, Nadira hasn't joined us in a while. Welcome, Nadira.
Nah, that's Nadia, not Nadira.
That's Nadira. There's Nadia
and there's... Wait, say Nadira. Oh, okay, good. Hi, Nadira.
For the past couple of months, did you hear from her?
Yeah, June, I know.
I will get June a call. Eileen says, you know what they're telling those young youths in Trinidad and Tobago to hate themselves because they're accepted in Trinidad and Tobago. Eileen, you are so correct.
Yeah.
You are so correct. And
but what worries me is that which media house or who in the media dare stand up to this type of nonsense?
What do you mean? In the media?
I'm talking not us. I'm talking about in
Trinidad.
Trinidad media.
No, because them have to defend Tommy. Them can't come out and say what they want to say. Them have to defend. If you come out and say what you want to say, come on, man, cancel Christmas and it's over.
Top of the hour.
You know what I mean? Yeah. So yes. Yeah, Heidi, you're speaking true there. Raj V, welcome. Yeah, we're gonna go for a quick station in the break just now. Raj V, welcome. Nadira says she's looking for June. Nadira, send my message. I could send you June's number. Yeah? Send you June's number. So, folks, it's in the village with the DAT Triplets on WZYE 95.9 FM. Stick and stay. We'll be right back after this short message. It's Diana, Anselm, Tommy, and you in the village.
You're listening to WZYE 95.9 FM. You are listening to WZYE 95.9 FM, the most influential name in Caribbean radio in the tri-state area. Broadcasting from East Orange, New Jersey, the most influential name in Caribbean radio, WZYE 95.9 FM.
We're back at you. It's in the village with the DAT Triplets on WZYE 95.9 FM. We come to every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday from 7 to 10 p.m. That's Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday from 7 to 10 p.m. I want to get to...
You are listening to WZYE LP 95.9.
I want to show... We showed this video last time of Phil Gerald Hines in Lavantil with his entourage, okay? And to me, a better press conference would have been having some people out of the building talk on the situation, even going to the families who were distressed in this situation here, and let the people get a feeling of how these people feel. But anyway, let me just play just for so.
What they call climate change, what we know. So we are seeing strange weather systems, and our Met Office reported that we will expect very severe and heavy rains over a 4-day period, which began yesterday. Today is day number 2. And the effects of that, along with the strong and gusty winds, displaced the roof on this building here, this HDC accommodation for our citizens. And
I just thought about something. The people of Trinidad and Tobago need to call for Fitzgerald Hines to cut his grass.
Yeah.
I want to say that the people of if you all are serious, because if you as a student in a school, you can't go and receive a degree with a what does Brady have anything to do with my intelligence?
Okay, talk.
I don't understand it. The same way how they treated that student, so we should treat Fitzgerald the same way.
Yeah, and Scotland.
And Keith Scotland.
We
should tell them until they cut their hair, they cannot come back in the
come back to work. All right, now we're making a stance. And matter of fact, any other officials in any other official jobs, right? They can't go to their work until they cut their hair too.
Wait, Adrian Leons too.
Yep, go keep running it.
Adrian Leons had a cutty grass too.
Yep.
We're not tolerating no braid hairs in the parliament.
Nope.
And we could go far. We could go as far as, let's say, let Dr. Chaos go back here.
Yeah.
We only want people here in the parliament.
Oh God, I say you're gonna need some good goat weed to do that.
No, let him go back here. Because we only want people in the parliament with here.
That's right.
And
all them wigs and weave shampoo them using, no, we don't want that.
The next side is that the people stand up for those CIC Trinity students. The people stand up.
They're not standing up.
That's what we need them to do. Stand up.
Tommy I-9. If I was in Trinidad, I was having a one-man march for a week on Trinity.
Yep.
Every day. I'm from that school. Every day in front of that school.
Perhaps all the students in the school need to march. Start with them.
They need to mobilize.
Yeah.
You need to start with them in the school. March.
Just boycotted the entire thing based on that.
Get up and walk out. Yeah, that's what they need.
But they're not organized like that.
People in Trinidad, boy, they just like to sit down and take anything in over.
Yeah. Jerk them around. They bamboozle them. Wave trinket in front of their face. You know? Them should have get up and walk out. Okay. All are we gone? Huh?
As I say, at the end of the day, as long as they give them their certificates, that's most important.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, but Tommy, I think if we're saying that, Tommy, we are applauding what they did to those kids.
No, we're not applauding it. We're not condoning it. But at the same time, if they mess with that part of it, then that's worse than.
No, they can't mess with that part because they have achieved it. They cannot mess with that. That's why I'm saying that. I don't think we need to, because this is important. On your day that you're supposed to be most happy, your family is supposed to be most happy for you, right? Your brothers, you might be the first one, right, coming through a prestigious school like Trinity College in Mocha. And that's what you have to deal with?
We gotta get them on the show, hands man. Yep, bring them on the show.
That is sad. That is sad. Let me get the picture here. That is sad.
Yeah.
In my day today, the afro, I had a big afro puff nicely.
Yeah.
At my graduation.
And in corporate America, I was skipped over because I used to wear my hair like this. I know it.
Well,
I ain't say nothing.
Look. Anybody there don't look like us?
Is that the ones that were rejected? All of them?
Yes.
Tell me that is not discriminatory.
Yeah.
Huh? That is discriminatory. So I want to know, Anselm. Let me play devil's advocate here.
Oh, wait a minute. Stop me. Hailey just prompted with something. How come we hear nothing from the opposition party? How come we hear nothing from Daniel Roberts? How come we hear nothing from David Naked? How come we hear nothing from Victor Roberts? How come we hear nothing from Rodney Charles? How come we hear nothing from Jolene John? How come we hear nothing from Khadija Amin? Where do they stand on this?
And if an Indian student twist up the hair and go on in there, what you gonna do? What you gonna tell them? If an Indian student take their hair and twist it the same way, right? It's possible, eh? If they have it, are you gonna treat the Indian student the same way?
Okay. So
answer me now. Nobody ain't engaging me.
I want to know, is there a particular reason why they haven't shown their faces?
Yeah, well, maybe, you know.
I think
they're minors. I don't know.
Trying to blank out their face or something. You know what I mean? Because
so Anselm and Tommy, y'all not engaging me. I asked a question. If an Indian student
you made a point.
Wrap up the hair like that, what do you think they're going to do?
Who's going to do?
The administration at Trinity. If an Indian student twists the hair and make it to resemble that, what are they going to do?
In Trinity?
Let's go even go a step further. If a Muslim student wears a hijab, what are they going to do?
Keep going. Keep rolling.
I don't know. I don't
keep
know.
Rolling.
The whole thing could go in many different directions.
They're natural hair. They're properly groomed. The pants and shirt tuck in. And this is what you're doing to them young black boys. But you see, boy, I tell you.
You know something? If you guys, Nadira, you could send it to the number on the screen. If you guys want to send a voice note, you can send it to 973-868-1444. So if you want to send a voice note, send it. The number is on the screen. You can send a voice note. If you're sending a voice note, just make sure it's clean, right? Nadira, the number is on the screen. Send it to that number, and we'll get you the number for.
I had spoken to her one time, and she said she'd taken a break or something to that sort of months ago, but that was it. But I'm gonna try calling her again.
I did say school in Trinidad is prisons and jail not learning centers. Yeah. So Victoria says, "Hi, good night, Victoria."
Right.
My concern is what is the school rules. If there's a problem, them look at changing the rules. We need to be careful, not after the fact. But Victoria, yes, there are rules. But there are certain times when the rule doesn't affect anything. It doesn't have a drastic effect on anything. If these guys had given the opportunity to walk with all the other people and get a certificate of graduation, it doesn't affect anything. It doesn't make anything worse. And here's why. They've been wearing their hair like that for the past year. If it was a problem, deal with it.
Then
a year ago.
Not only that, does it affect their learning?
It don't affect your learning. Correct is right, Tommy. It doesn't affect your learning. It doesn't affect anything.
Does it make them truant? Did they fail? Did they,
And you see? And when you have problems with these same youths, what do they say? They're lazy. They don't want to work. All they want to do is sit on the block and lime. All kind of names that they'll be calling them. And here's these kids. It's 2023 we in.
No, not 2023. In that society we're talking about is 1923.
Yeah. Tommy, my bad. 1923. So listen to this. In my class, I just have people come to class with all their belly outside. You think I could go and say, excuse me, next time you come to class, make sure your belly not showing. You know what they're going and do? They're going
to complain.
Oh, you mean?
They're going to tell their mommy and their daddy first.
And they're going to the dean.
They're
going to the president.
Yep.
Yeah. Victoria, times are not the same.
Yep.
Times are not the same.
Yeah, tell Dolly don't put in no weave. Tell Shamfa take off the wig. Right? Tell Fitzgerald get a haircut. Leon, who's the other one? All of them.
Yeah. Everybody had to get a haircut.
Yeah.
Because the precedent we sending in Trinidad is that we're on a plantation. Either you follow what Massa put in place,
Yeah.
and don't get out of line. And if you get out of line, right, we'll put you in your place. We'll make you go in the corner like little Jack Owner and sit down in that corner. Or everybody all come on the stage. We go single out these few 10 or 12 of them,
But
and all your own separate.
as I remember, the young man, it had, I think it could have been in Jersey, I'm not sure. And the coach cut off his locks. Remember, a young man, he was a footballer or runner, Tommy, what was it?
Yeah, I remember.
And the coach cut his locks. What happened there?
I think that happened in Trinidad too, I think.
Oh, I think here it happened here, where they cut off, what happened? What, didn't that become a lawsuit?
Of course.
And a little girl went to school. She's biracial and she has this pretty hair. And the teachers tell her, when I cut the girl hair, you can't, you're all crazy. Her natural hair. Her father says, I that fixed the hair and sent her to school this morning, and you cut off my daughter hair? Man, them crazy in Trinidad.
Nah, they're not crazy.
There are no consequences for playing the fool.
They're crazy.
None whatsoever. None.
They're crazy. Look at Marshall Montana here. And he's an ambassador for culture of Trinidad. You will tell he to cut his hair too? Oh, they give me a break. And he just go all over the place representing Trinidad and Tobago. Look. Huh? Talk about deceitful.
So right. So we on this, right?
Mm-hmm.
And this RPNM, this reactive RPNM, this transactional leader, Dr. Chaos that they have, right? It is like, them just wait for something to happen and then go and do something about it. Now, Dr. Nayan Gasby Dolly, she now is going to have a conversation on the subjectivity of male hairstyles soon. The subjectivity of Dr. Dolly, it is simple. You don't have to have no conversation on that. What conversation? Once you come to school, you're here presentable, come as you are.
Yep.
If I the most intelligent student in the thing, and I want to hear want to wear my hair and an afro, I want to hear my hair green, yellow, and pink. What's wrong with that? All of a sudden, my hair is a hindrance to my education.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Dr. Dolly, if you wearing any type of extra thing in your hair, you have
take it out too.
You have to take it out too, eh?
Yeah.
If you, Dr. Dolly, wearing anything in your hair, and you see them colors you have in here, you have to take it out too, eh?
Yeah.
I don't want no blonde in your hair.
Yeah.
I don't want no blonde in your hair. If I want you to lose your natural color.
Yeah. Natural hair.
This boy, we get so bad. Subjectivity of the male hairstyle. What about the subjectivity of Phil Geraldine's hairstyle? Subjective Keith Scotland hairstyle. What about the subjectivity of Adrian Leon's hairstyle? What about that? What about Chamfa Kojo hairstyle?
Yeah.
And Donna Cox.
Yeah. We forget she. Yeah. Put she in the mix too.
It's all you. What hairstyle? Hairstyle? Nah. Something wrong with all you.
Yeah.
Look. Boy, don't let me cuss here tonight, eh? No, I can't cuss. It's a FCC. It's a FCC radio station.
Because they come with themselves naturally groomed. They graduate despite whatever odds, and I'm sure they had odds against them. I need to find them out and bring one or two of them on the show. When you find one, you will get it right. I go search them too.
And you should hear them HDD on 91.9. Them PNM in HDD on 91.9. And then the G ladies just call up there. I don't know what the G ladies, right? They just call up there and they have nothing to add of importance. Nothing to add of importance. The G ladies from 91.9.
Yeah? But watch that as well. Supposing Twiggy was in school now. What they will do with Twiggy? Tell Twiggy to go home.
I
You
don't know.
can't get no diploma without hair, Twiggy. You can see back and I'll break it out.
Yeah, and we just sit down just to take that. Just so you know. Just so.
No. No. So, Dr.
I can understand. Go ahead on.
Dr. K says that he would resign, eh?
Yeah. We're doing a video on that, you know.
Yeah?
Yeah, but wait a minute, Tommy. Let me finish up with the chat here. Okay. Ali said, imagine he took the right path and the school still treated students like they were nothing. Yes, Dr. Claude Anderson said, a race that's taught to hate itself and love the world will become its own oppressor. Let me repeat that. Let me repeat that. Dr. Chaos, you listening? Phil Gerald Hines, you listening? Keith Scotland, you listening? Dr. Nyan Gosby, you listening? A race that's taught to hate itself and love the world would become its own oppressor. Let me repeat that for Dr. Nyan Gatsby Dolly, Dr. Chaos, Phil Gerald Hines, Keith Scotland. A race that's taught to hate itself and love the world will become its own oppressor.
Amen.
That's all they're doing. I don't like how they treated that kid with his hair. Yeah, a hairstyle, you know, in 2020. I say, where's the UNC and the Unity talk? Ali, this benefit them to have a statement on this, you know. Right? I will call one of them and find out what is the statement.
Call Naked.
I'll call Naked, yeah.
Yeah.
Let me call Naked right now.
Yeah.
We ain't wasting time. Let Naked. David.
I think I gotta grow some locks, boy.
You gotta grow some locks?
Let me see.
Sorry I wasn't in Trinidad. I sorry I wasn't attending that graduation. But I would have get up and cause a disturbance and tell all you gotta march out of here. Can't have this. No.
Yep.
No. Leon Adams.
Yeah. We want to know. You see, when you listen to the certain station, all them talking about is pro UNC or anti PNM or I mean, this is not about PNM or UNC or NTA or PEP or anybody. This is about the country.
That's right.
This is about other schools too. Right?
He probably got a meeting or something. I wonder what would be Farley's stance on this.
Let me try Dr. Nyan Gatsby.
Oh, she ain't gonna answer you.
I don't care. We call him Dr. Nyan Gatsby Dolly.
Give her a shot.
You don't never know, she might pick up. You have to try him. But them that's afraid to pick up their phone. Them in power. They must only go to certain stations. And then they say, we don't want to engage them.
And if you do, you make vile statements.
Yeah.
I'm sure someone who is listening has already called down and tell them what we're saying.
Not me, Albert. I think his wife didn't cook dinner for him here.
Hey, nah. Be more cool.
Albert say like you're gone mad.
Who's that? Who?
Albert want to know what I do here. I said you ain't get no dinner.
Hey, call my good friend in the media and let's talk to him about it.
Oh, Johnson?
My schoolmate, right?
Andy Johnson, yeah. What about Watchman? I would love to hear what he has to say.
It's kind of late for you.
I wake his tail up.
Why you want to do that?
Because I can.
Yeah.
Be nice.
All right, hold on. Let me finish the chat here. Hold on a minute. They've ruined the boys' day. That real wrong. Yeah, no joke. No joke. Yeah? Nadira agreeing. Highly, yep. Look how Dolly just put her hair. Yeah? I mean, she's very well presentable. Very well presentable.
And Donna Cox too. There must be all kind of horsetail wigs.
Yeah, a hairstyle doesn't affect you. Loading.
Nope.
I tell you, you could listen. If you want to come in my class in a washikong, you want to come in a pajamas, you want to come in a sapat, come to class. The most
A bikini? A bikini? A bikini?
Come to class in a bikini if you want.
I had to take a class at
Yeah.
Seton Hall.
Come in a bikini. Your bikini will stop you from learning. Eh?
So me, I'm going to take a class at Seton Hall, eh?
And you wear a bikini.
Oh, with a high heel.
Victoria says, and some you may say they are abused, but how many of them believe they are abused? Come on, what is poverty? Some cases is that we have priorities wrong. Go to school, get an education. Victoria. Many millionaires who never went to school. They never went to school at all. They just finished high school.
And
they're
drop out.
millionaires.
Yep. Case in point, Steve Jobs.
Millionaires. Not only that, today, in today's market, there's something called social media influencers. People ain't even want to know nothing about college. They're making millions in high school. Some of them in middle school.
Yep. I'd to find one of them.
Yes, I believe that, right? One of the ways to get out of poverty is through education. But not just education alone, but also being an entrepreneur. Because when they give you an education, you know what they teach you to do? To go and work for somebody else.
Pass an exam.
So we don't just want to teach everybody to do the same thing and go to academics all the time. Now, Miles Monroe, I get this from Miles Monroe. Miles Monroe said, a herd of sheep led by a lion will defeat a herd of lion led by a sheep. Let me repeat that. A herd of sheep led by a lion.
Sheep singular all the way.
Singular plural, same sheep.
Same sheep, right? Will defeat a herd of lion led by a sheep. Think about it. I'm preaching tonight, boy. Think about it.
Yep.
So don't let me get caught up in this. Everybody had to go to school. Everybody had to get education. There are plenty of people who never see the corridor of high school, never see the corridor of college.
Very well.
And doing very well for themselves. Very well. Well, Victoria, it's the ticket for some people, not all people. School is not for everybody.
Nope.
School is not for everybody.
What I say.
Not everybody is mathematically inclined, can write properly, right? Can take biology, can take statistics. But they start a business, and they learn from the business, and they get very educated from just learning their business. Because they had to learn about banking, right? They had to learn about a balance sheet. They had to learn about an income statement, right? They had to learn how to deal with employees. There's plenty things they could learn from that. Plenty things that you and I going to school wouldn't learn. Right? Look, before the pandemic, they thought that everybody had to come to class to learn. Right? They said the only way you could learn, you had to come to class. You can't miss class. The pandemic come by. All of a sudden, all of we teaching class virtually now. People staying up in the bedroom in their pajamas and they're learning. You can sit down in your home in your pajamas and learn. Why you can't come to school in your pajamas and learn? What is the difference?
But long before the pandemic, distance learning was in place, huh?
No, correct is right. We had a lot of these schools online learning, right? They used to laugh at them though.
Yep, they used to downplay it.
I remember University of Phoenix when they first came out.
Right.
That was the biggest online school. People used to laugh, you get an online degree? Hey, what kind of degree? That ain't no good degree. Now everybody, Harvard, Yale, University of Pennsylvania, Brown University, Princeton, all them prestigious Ivy League school, you could get online degrees. You know why? Because the market have shifted.
Mm-hmm.
And they don't want to get left behind. So that could be an extra few millions of dollars for students who in China, students who in Japan, students who in Russia, right? Who could take online classes at those schools, those prestigious schools. You think they do this? It's money, you know.
Yeah.
Money. Trinidad Margot says he was a wrestler in high school. That's correct. The
Who's
one
that?
talking about that. He was a wrestler.
Who's that?
The guy who got his hair cut. He was a wrestler.
Oh, yeah. See?
Yeah, who the coach cut his hair.
They cut his hair, the coach. Yep.
Right. Takesha says deceitful. Eileen said school is for learning. Yeah, school is for learning. Yeah. Yep. Albert says, good evening, Diana. Handsome Diana and Tommy.
Good evening, Albert.
Yeah.
Hola, Alberto.
As the not following a PNM party big meeting in St. James.
Right, listen. Hey, Bonnie, nobody could throw me out or something, eh?
Got you through out.
They're not gonna throw you the eviction.
No, this. I never stopped loving the PNM, you know. The PNM stopped loving me.
Oh dear.
I never stopped loving the PNM. The PNM stopped loving me. Right?
So you
how you gonna love somebody who stopped loving
we're loving you no more?
How I gonna love somebody who ain't loving me no more?
Oh
it's like,
dear.
you know, I'm a wife, 34 years. My wife stopped loving me. What I gonna do? I don't work it out. Yeah. I never stopped loving the PNM. The PNM stopped loving me. So what you want me to do?
Go to the UNC.
So I don't just set off follow fashion. Yeah. Poor humble pastor, welcome. He said Donna is the worst. Donna is my wife, you know.
Donna Cox.
Yeah.
Donna Cox.
He says, now we have to understand why Trinidad has to suffer and fail, fall deep into a ditch. Too much wickedness. Highly, I could not agree with you more. Too much wickedness in high places. I agree with you. I fully agree with you. You see what I'll tell all you? I'll tell all you. Do not take the 10% highly. Take the 90% highly. We have the 90% highly with us tonight. Right? But when you go for this 10%, we still appreciate him as well. You know, he's like Albert too, you know. Albert was kind of following in his footsteps, you know. You know? Albert Montano says, answer like he drunk. How we talking about the minister that way? I ain't even drink nothing. Much as if I drink. Imagine I ain't even drink a Morbi. Imagine if I drink a Morbi, what will happen? Yeah, all the students, ID says all the people who agrees with the school want them students to be failure. Yeah. No Takisha, Trinidad coming true. You only following Rowley, Imbot, Stuart, etc. I have a video to play for all, yeah? I want all you to see something, eh? You remember the song we just play here? What Choki does sing?
Right.
And let me finish read the chat. I'll go play that video.
Dotishness.
Yeah, yeah. But that is a race, not a cult. I know. What Albert saying? What is that one? Leon Adams, welcome. Leon Adams says, good night, panel. Answer, I suggest you invite Skippy on your program one night.
We had him already, right?
And a very educated man. Yeah, we could invite Skippy again. Yeah, we had him before. We can invite him. Takisha says, correct, Bonnie. Yeah, you already said this, Albert. What you do, Ansem? Like Ansem going mad? No, this is Ansem who is about country. You understand? And I'm passionate about Trinidad and Tobago. Right? I'm passionate about Trinidad and Tobago. Vonnie, I want you to become passionate too about Trinidad and Tobago, not about your party. I want Albert Montano to become passionate, not about your party. Right? I want Arjun Kapiza, captain, to be passionate about Trinidad and Tobago, not your party. I want people to be passionate about Trinidad and Tobago. You could support whatever party you want. That is your freedom, your right. Yeah? And some cool yourself, all them political party busy. You have a big party in St. James, UNC have a cottage meeting. Albert, Bonnie, stay right there for this video. Don't go nowhere. Don't go nowhere. Yeah? Nadia says, Ansem, behave yourself. All right, Nadia. Nadia, go behave. All right. Yes. All right. Bonnie says, Ansem, you're taking medication. Yeah, I take my medication. I must take too much. I take too much. Yeah. Bonnie said my blood pressure going up. Now my blood pressure ain't good. Hold on. Victoria says, Victoria, where are you joining us from? I hear times are not the same, so my point is change the rules of the school. Once it is the rule, it must be so. Let us don't get carried away. Change the school rule. Victoria, no, Victoria. No. Rules. You have rules, but you could always bend the rules or change the rules immediately. If you're not following the rules and you allow me to break the rules, right? That rule is out the door. It's out the door. If you allow me to break the rule, right? You have a rule. You have a rule, right? I can't braid me here. Fine. I braid me here and I come to school, and you allow me to come to school for a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, a month, 3 months, 6 months, 7 months, a year. The rule out the door, out the window. Then you are not enforcing the rules. So you wait until the horse already bolt the stable, running down the road, right? And all of a sudden, you want to go and pull back the horse. Hey, horse, come back. You're going too far. Too late. Too late, Victoria. Victoria says, Ansem, you're missing the point. There are no rules for schools in the USA. I say, let's start from changing the rules in school. Come on. Of course there are rules in the USA. Come on, Victoria. There are rules. Tommy, we didn't have rules when we used to go to Maplewood. Columbia High School. There was rules.
All schools have rules.
All schools have rules. Doesn't mean to say that the people who are supposed to implement the rule do it. Because some people get away with breaking the rules and some people don't. Yeah. So they allow them to braid their hair all year. Then the last day, which is one of the most important days in their career, they will remember that forever. You have left a mental stain on these young men. A mental stain. Now, when I was going to Tranquil, we had I remember vividly, we had rules. You couldn't come to school with any other sneakers that was too fashionable. My mother sent a Puma suede for me. You know the Puma yellow one, the black and yellow one? Boy, the only person in school from Chumakake with a Puma suede, boy. Went to school that day, boy. I was stepping high. I walked to school on my toes that day. I was stepping so high. When I reached in school, I'll never forget this. Dr. Philip called me on the microphone. Answer me, born, come to the principal's office. The man calling me to tell me something about my track career and how I was Tranquil best athlete or something nice. I feel good, but I get up in the class like a big thing. And, hey, boy, what? Yeah. Going to the office, boy. Philip was about 6'9". He says, Ansem Libon, you see that shoes you have on? That is not part of the uniform. Go home and change it and come back and make sure when you come back to school, report back to the office. I don't go all the way back up to Chumaka.
I was going home and stay.
Nah, pawn me batter Doric. You know,
I was going home and stay.
Pawn me batter Doric and come back down to school and report to Mr. Philip. You understand? Because he didn't let me get away with it.
I was going home and stay. I ain't joined into no son to go back. Nah, he'll see me tomorrow.
Yeah. Vonnie says, Albert, in my time, we had school rules as to our dressing. Yes, we are dressing. Uncle, we are dressing. You couldn't come and dress in any kind of thing. You know, I mean, we used to put
uniform.
Huh?
School uniform. Each school has its uniform.
Each school has its uniform, and you had to wear your uniform.
Yep, that's how they identify you.
Yeah. ID wants to know where's the compassion. It obviously doesn't exist in Trinidad at all. We are more compassion than them. Yeah? We are more compassion.
And you wait till graduation day, you know, to take away the young man's joy. Shame on you, Trinity.
You know? Yeah. Yeah. Bonnie says, I remember my early working days in office. I had to wear a tie. Early years in H.E. Robinson. Yeah. Them years. But I want to play this video where we talk about PNM and UNC. Yeah? And listen, folks, let me be clear. Let me be very clear. PNM and UNC in Trinidad and Tobago is there to stay. They're not going anywhere as far as the party is concerned. My problem is with the RPNM and the KUNC. That's my problem. Because I don't think any of those two are fit for Trinidad and Tobago. That is my opinion. And everybody have their opinion. I want to play this video. Let me play this one for you. Here we go. I'll also put it together though. I want you all to see that when all you think that the PNM and UNC is really fighting down each other, there's things that we don't know. Like them people that be playing golf together, you know. Them people that be down with Mocha, they're playing golf, you know. All of them golfing, you know. You understand? You know, when they have them big highfalutin party, they're partying together, you know. Right? It's only you and I cussing each other. Take a
This thing called PNM, this thing called UNC is only a power play to get our sympathy. It's not about African, it's neither East Indian. It have nothing to do with anybody's religion. Kamaluddin is a Muslim, Mahavir Christian to the brim. Yet Montano the mulatto, different race, same party, you know. Johnny Milton and Rex Awan are two Chinese politicians. And while both of them love PNM, Brian Whiteton had a problem. Them French Creoles in St. Anne's, Marabal and St. Clair, tell them they don't know allegiance or no party here. Right through, rich men just be supporting who they feel going to win. Loyalty, friends, means nothing. Money is their thing. The name Steve Ferguson is really an East Indian who with Ishak Galbaran sing, both parties they financing. Joey Saw and Elias are PNM Lebanese, and yet Sabra of the same cast helps UNC pay their fees. Syrian businessman John Rahel, PNM make him mayor. An African wave mark as well, UNC made him minister. PNM's fundraising dinner had businessmen of all color. So it's only Chupidi, you and me. It's PNM and UNC. I like. Oh, like.
that was just an example for us to understand that you could support any party you want to know. But when you cussing me and other people cussing each other for the party, them fellas and them happy, merry, and living a splendiferous, fantabulous life. Right? And you and I cussing each other. For what? Support your party, support whichever party you want. But the kind of disrespect that we have delved into, the kind of sub-basement kind of thing it was calling. I hear, let me read this comment for you. This comment, this comment, where this comment was, boy. I didn't screenshot this one, huh? Let me see if I could get it here. Listen to this one. Listen to this one, eh? This is what somebody says. Listen to this. The TTPS have had a very long history of being part of the PNM's Cosa Nostra. Eric Williams used it to suppress any that opposed them. You hear that? Let me read that for you all again. The TTPS have had a long history of being part of the PNM's Cosa Nostra. Eric Williams used it to suppress any that opposed them. And this is what I said. That statement makes absolutely no sense. And without any facts, it's just propaganda. And that's what it is. Where can that person get facts to back up that statement? And that's what we just do in Trinidad and Tobago. You spaghetti theory, throw it up on the wall and see what goes stick. Nah. We had to get better. We had to come better. We have to get better. If we want the country to be better, we have to be impeccable with our words, as Tommy always says. So, as we know, let me go to another video here. Let me go to another video. Okay, this one is important. I hope the government is aware of this, because sometime in Trinidad, we just wait till things happen before we decide that we are going to do something. So, but this is very important for the people of Trinidad and Tobago.
The heavy rain, just what we were showing you, or I was showing you yesterday, and we were talking about in yesterday's video. Now look at this. Trinidad and Tobago, I mentioned the second wave coming in. It is about to get here. Suriname, Guyana, we've also had flooding the last few days. This next wave is going to be moving in, especially for Saturday. So giving you that early heads up, very important stuff. And again, watching here, a little bit of a break over toward parts of Central America, not as active right now in the Western Caribbean. But you see here, this next tropical wave of high concern because of the flooding we've already had over toward Trinidad and Tobago. Watching Grenada, St. Vincent and the Grenadines. I want to get into the forecast. So again, flooding here and flooding coming our way. And again, some of this is going to cause some slides, high river levels. We're going to watch out for.
So they get warning. So they should be fully prepared to deal with this situation.
Yep.
Right? Because I mean, this is a song warning, right? And that's what they have to do. They have to be prepared for when these things come, so they could immediately react. Not wait until it comes and then there's all kind of excuses to and then they had to come up with a press conference, all kind of stuff. I mean,
but if the infrastructure is not ample, because how many ones they will still get the same flooding results.
Say that again, Tommy.
With a faulty infrastructure, they will always have the same results. Flooding, more flooding.
Yeah. Well, yeah. So Tommy, I hear you, and to me, right? The government have to decide to start to spend money, right, in certain places where the people of the country is going to see the benefits. For example, right, when you look at the roads in Trinidad and Tobago, right? I've been to Trinidad and Tobago. I heard some of the roads are very, very, very bad.
But come election time, they would probably try to patch this and patch that and patch the other thing.
And that's the next thing, Tommy. Why, if a contractor do a road before the election, and by the time 1 year later, the contractor will come back and do the road again, isn't there something wrong with that?
The way we know things here, the contractor has to give a guarantee. Contractors obviously don't give warranty on their service.
No, you know that.
And they billing for 9 million and it what cost 1.
And you know what you said that to me? Think about this, right? I thought about this. The roof blow off in Chumaka, Claventel. We spent $500 million on the Red House, right? And a year later, the roof was already leaking. Right? I mean, where are we in Trinidad and Tobago, boy? What's missing?
It's not a real place.
You know, I used to want to disagree with that today. I used to. But Vonnie says, Anselm, who is your choice if not Rowley? And the UNC if not Kamla? Who would you like to know your opinion? Well, Vonnie, I am not going to give an opinion on who with respect to the UNC. You will have to give that opinion, because I don't think I know of the individuals who are in the front running with respect to the UNC. But I can tell you, right, to me, the person who has to lead the PNM cannot be a person who is part of the RPNM. Because that means to say that that person, right, was sitting there and seeing our country go down the drain, and they were doing, well, they can't do anything. I take that back. They really can't do anything. So me and Diana may disagree, but
let me ask him. Is it true that he's resigning, or is that's just bacchanal and confusion?
No, he says if anybody can prove what he said about his discussion with the THA chief Fali Chavez Augustine, the chief administrator, Fali called him out and saying that certain information, Dr. Rowley missed out, and Dr. Rowley is saying Fali missed out certain information. And if anybody could prove that Dr. Rowley is lying, he will resign.
That's a
Please, you know what I mean?
He sounds like Donald Trump, though.
All politicking.
Yeah.
He sounds like Donald Trump.
Fali already laid on the line on who we believe, him or Fali. Fali said he had written notes as to what transpired and when it transpired.
But ain't he the same fellow that say then he didn't know nothing about the merit list, and then he come out and say, well, stop it? Okay. Wee.
Lana, welcome. Lana said.
Lana.
Welcome, Lana. Welcome.
Lana's in political clock on overtime.
Yeah. Lana says, question. Are all parties going up for Tonapuna Piako seat? No. The UNC is going up for about 102 seats, and I think the NTA is going up for 39 because I think there's 141 altogether, right, Tommy?
Yeah, that's Khadija said.
141, right. So NTA is going up for 39, and in the districts where NTA is going, the UNC are not contesting, right? So it is a merger. I call it a merger, between the UNC and the NTA.
And who else? Just them two?
No, also Gavin Nicholas' party.
Right.
He joined up with them. And I don't think, I know the MSJ is contesting, but I don't know if they are joined up with I don't think they will join up with the UNC because
that's hardly likely.
Yeah, that's hardly likely. The PEP joined up with the Farmers Party, right? I think there's about 10 parties contesting.
Oh.
10 parties and 400 contestants.
Right, correct. And
Wow.
there was a big hubbub because the EBC put out a notice, and PNM wasn't part of the 10 that they had put up. PNM had a separate paragraph from the other 9 parties. Let me see if I get that from here. No, I have it somewhere. So what people were saying is that the EBC is biased with respect to the PNM. I don't know. You think that's a big deal? If let me get the letter. If they put out a letter and let me see if I get it. So just I gotta get it. Okay, here it is. Okay, so no, this is okay. Here it is. So the EBC 373 vie for 2023 local election. 373 candidates. Come on. Okay. No, come on. Okay, here we go. 373 candidates will be contesting the upcoming local government election on Monday, the 14th of August, 2023. 10 political parties have put forward candidates, and with the People's National Movement being the only party with candidates in all 141 electoral districts. The following political parties have also fielded candidates. So they listed the PNM above in the paragraph, and then they list the other 9 political parties. The Movement for Social Justice, National Transformation Alliance, Progressive Democratic Patriots, Progressive Empowerment Party, Reunited Farmers Alliance, the National Party, Trinidad Humanity Campaign, United National Congress, and the Unity of the People. There are also 6 independent candidates in the 2023 local government election race in their respective electoral district. Belmont South, Vivian Johnson; Pleasantville, Dixie Ann Elliott; Hollywood, Irvin Samuel Felix; Mayawa Sword, Guayagari; Kendall, Michael Hagley; Valencia West, Gwendolyn Alana Charles; and Blancheshire Santa Rosa, Kathleen Washington. For further information, please contact the Corporation Communication Unit at 625-5924 or come manager at ebctt.com. So that came from the ABC. And Gary Griffith put out a letter. Hold on. This is what it says. EBC, please at least try to look independent. This is a letter from Gary Griffith. The Election and Boundaries Commission released yesterday attached outlining the candidates for the upcoming local government election from the different political parties could have easily been mistaken as a release coming straight out of Balize House itself. By listing the PNM separately and almost boasting that they were only party which fielded candidates for all the electoral districts, while listing the other parties in alphabetical order, sends the wrong message. Or was this the deliberate intention? The EBC needed to use an alphabetical order or numerical order, not both, as this is not only confusing, it creates in the minds of even the most neutral citizen the perception that the EBC is biased and politically compromised. To deliberately neglect the fact that the UNC and the NTA form a strategic alliance to contest all 41 seats reeks of unprofessionalism, if not blatant political bias. It is hoped that this is not the case, but given the fact that this Keith Rowley-led government has time and time again demonstrated that they are willing to overstep into the affairs of independent bodies and that they were forced to call the election against their will, this is not the public look that the EBC should be portraying. And it reinforces why election observers were repeatedly requested. Gary Griffith, NTA political leader. This is what I would say, though. This is what I would say. I don't think in the history of elections in Trinidad we have ever had problems. Let me repeat it. I don't think we had problems where we have found out that any elections were rigged in Trinidad and Tobago.
That to say it didn't happen.
No, but there was no. It didn't happen because there was no evidence that it happened.
Like I said, that to say it didn't happen.
But we can assume it happened.
Okay.
We can assume it happened. If I would say this, if an election was rigged in Trinidad and Tobago, they would have found that out already. And here is why. When the UNC won in 2010 to 2015, if that election was rigged, the PNM would have gone after the UNC. In 2015, if that election was rigged, the UNC, with their barrage of lawyers, would have gone after the PNM and took them to court. So we have to be, I don't want to be biased like the EBC in this situation here, which is accurate. They should have listed the PNM with the other 9 political parties. And it's correct. You could have said UNC NTA coalition 141. They're going after 141 seats. You could have done that because that would be accurate. So I don't think, I don't know. No, not I don't know. There hasn't been any evidence to show that elections in Trinidad and Tobago have been rigged. Now, the internal elections in the parties is a different story. We can talk about that. That's a different story.
But if
that affects the outcome of the general, you can't say it's been rigged.
No, because it has nothing to do with the EBC.
But
okay.
Listen to this.
Trinidad. Ooh, stress. Trinidad's a stressful place. Ooh.
If a tree falls in the forest and nobody's there to hear, does it make a sound?
Correct is right. No, I hear you.
Trinidad too stressful, boy. Oh Lord, I'm glad I don't live there. Yeah?
But Tommy, based on what you just said, man.
Mm-hmm.
If we are saying that elections have been rigged in Trinidad and Tobago, don't we need some scintilla of evidence to show that?
I ain't say it has it. Who's to say it hasn't been done? You don't know. So let me leave it there. I'm a statement and I done. I ain't dragging that on. I done.
If there's no evidence to show that it has been done, then we cannot say it hasn't been done. I mean, we could say it, but there's no facts to back that.
You can speculate. Let me leave it there. But the stories are being hearing from
anything. You can speculate on anything.
Right, that's what I'm saying. The stories I've been hearing from way back. I'm like, oh, really?
Way back when they said that the voting machines, when they were using the machines, there were more votes in the machine than people voted.
You are listening to WZYE 95.9 FM, the most influential name in Caribbean radio in New Jersey for talk, news, sports, and information from the Caribbean. You are listening to WZYE 95.9 FM, the most influential name in Caribbean radio in New Jersey for talk, news, sports, and information from the Caribbean.
We are very fortunate that we have the automatic playlist here. when we tend to kind of we get into these discussions. No. let me see something before I get to this other point. I think this is the point that was a big discussion today on the WZYE WhatsApp chat. You know, and many of us had different point of views, and so did you all hear that Gary Griffith had sued Rhoda Barrett and he won, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right. So, and Rhoda Barrett had was to apologize.
A good fishing.
He had to apologize. You know, Tom, you heard about that, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, boy, guy, you had to be careful. Gary will sue your sheep, you know.
Yeah.
He has the wherewithal.
Yeah, correct is right. You know, and so there was a discussion today. Let me go to the chat first. Let me go to the chat before we continue this discussion. And I didn't want to play
the video.
Yeah. Hold on. Ken John, welcome. Poor humble pastor says, hey, poor humble pastor said, that's our weatherman. He tells us everything. We from the USA. Ken John, welcome. No, you're talking about the guy who just read the news. The weather. Bonnie says, Lana, vote UNC in Tonopono. Anything is better than the PNL.
Who said that for?
Heidi said the rich prepares politicians and their friends, so the citizens cannot affect the money and shut down the country at all because they have no money. All you see that video that we just played, in that video was Wade Mark, Marlene McDonald, and Stuart Young, right? And all you see how they was buddies. You see, they were like, no animosity.
It's only Trippity you and Trippity them.
Correct. They hugging up and they ramaging and all kind of things, right? But me and you and I cussing each other. Ken John says, Vonnie Roberts, Kamala could not win anything else anymore. She days number, I think he wanted to say. Oh boy. Ali says, Trinidad citizens own nothing because they have rules by their party. You get nothing, but we still want your vote. Correct is right. Yeah? Yeah, Pastor Humble. Thank you very much. We are live on Facebook, Trinidad. Denise, welcome.
Good night, Denise.
Yeah. Ken John says, even Jack won't go beat Kamala in the election right now. Well, you don't have to beat her because he joined up with her.
Oh my God. Not easy, though.
The ILP is part of the UNC coalition now.
But then she threw him out.
You didn't hear what you just said.
The kiss and make up.
The kiss and make up?
Yeah, the ILP is part of the UNC.
Because the political bandit want a vote.
Yeah, it's only Trippity, you and me.
They're crafting strategies to get your vote. They're not interested in fixing nothing. They want your vote.
They fix a few things.
They want your vote. And then you got to argue and backbite and think to get things done. They want your vote.
Somebody just asked, what about political observers? What's the feelings on that?
Political observers? But the Prime Minister says no.
You know?
To me, if you had political observers for the general election, I don't see the problem with the political observers in our local general election.
And let them be from the region.
No, they are from the region. I don't see a problem because it has to do with CARICOM. I don't see a problem.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Ken John says PNM go cut Kamala tail with widespread victory next election.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. UNC Anna Roberts, the sportsman, he always fighting the Rowley gang.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how Anna Roberts and men have nothing to say on this Trinity thing, this Trinity issue, man. I don't know.
Well, we see tomorrow. Maybe we triggered something.
Ken John says, I never said I'm PNM. No? Okay. Ken John, who you supporting? UNC winning the next election. UNC should just mash up and ride out. Hey, Eileen, this local government election coming up here, it's a referendum. Here's the referendum, in my estimation. This is a referendum on Dr. Chaos and Kamala Prasad-Bissessar. And here is why. If the PNM wins most of the seat, then the UNC should call for Kamala to go. If Kamala wins most of the seats, and out of those 300 and whatever it is, and they get
141.
more 141. Oh yeah, the 373 candidates, right? And the 141 seats, right? Is that what it is, right?
Yeah.
If the UNC win, more corporations than the PNM, they should call for Dr. Rowley to go. Right? I wonder if this person wants to get on here. Hello, you're live on WZYE 95.9 FM.
Hello.
Yeah, you're live on air.
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing excellent.
I'm just calling to say I enjoyed what you think about the new party coming out.
New party.
With Gary.
NTA?
Huh? Yeah.
I mean, they join up with the UNC.
They join up with them?
Yeah, they join up with the UNC.
I thought they by themselves.
No, they by themselves with the UNC.
He's a fucking...
Where's he calling from?
He tell him he's on air. He curse.
Yeah, but where's he calling from?
You're on air. You're on air. You're live on air.
Sorry. After you, I'm gonna tell me one thing. Sorry. Yeah. So what do you think about the now I know I can talk. Hi, my name is Michael Cochran. Welcome to you all to talking to the second best athlete in Trinidad.
Where you calling us from?
Boston, Massachusetts, my friend.
Okay.
You know, the land, the Commonwealth of Massachusetts. How things going, my brother?
Yeah, well, we talking. You didn't even know the NTA join up with the UNC and the ILP join up with the UNC. You didn't know your party. You didn't know your party join up with the UNC.
No, because I am supposed to talk. I get a direct number for Gary Griffith talking to sometime. Yeah, to talk to him. Yeah, because you know, as a fella, I keep it at 100. I find when he was commissioner, I find things was good. You know, I think he do a good job. You know, he have his ways and everything, but I think he do a good job. What do you think?
I had reservations at the beginning, but I think, you know, with the current commissioner of police that we have and the past commissioner of police, I did Gary Griffith had the country feeling much more safer than the current commissioner of police and the past one.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's true. Because you know, it's all about we as we all heads, we had to go home and talk to these youths and things there. I look at them move back home. I think I will be moving back home before the year is finished. Could be next month because I'm looking to go home and meet people and talk to people and I don't want to be no politician or I'm not going for no seat. I'm going for the people at Trinidad and Tobago. Not no Syrian, not no Indian, not no blacks. As long as they're from Trinidad and Tobago, we working together.
But you gonna ask him? We can hear me. You can go back there with the health system the same as it is.
No, I have fully covered insurance in America.
Yeah, me too. I'm here, but why would you move back there knowing the health system down there ain't too altogether?
Yeah, because we know that, but we had to fix it. So this is the new party who wanted to come on, take over. They had to work on that. That's one of the things. All of these things is pointers as the kids, the youth, the health, the health system is thing be backward right through. We well backward and the kind of money Trinidad and Tobago have, you know. They don't care about the sports people. They don't care about the college the artists. They don't care about nothing. When you're dead, then they want to give you everything. All the Shokonia and they playing your music all day on the radio.
Yeah, true. Talk it up. Talk it up.
Yeah, because that they give it now. Because look, me, right? I could talk about me, how they treat me. Trinidad and Tobago. Let me ask you, this going all over the world. This right here. Everybody hearing me here?
Live on air, you're on Facebook.
All over the world.
Yeah. Should I say what I want to say, man? About how they treat Michael Pockett? That might be too long. Okay.
That was too long. We have all night here, man.
Now let's talk about the country. Forget about how they treat Michael Pockett. But at the same time, we have to be, we gotta work together. We have to. And if we can't work together, it can't happen. It's just look, that guy who in the mall there, right? Talk. In being an ex-soldier myself, I love to get people talk. You too, LeBron, you love to talk. We love to kicks. But not everybody can take talk because sometimes people going through a lot and you want to pound them. The flip. And that was going on there because you don't argue with a gay person at all. You do not argue with them. That's one lesson you're supposed to know as a man. You leave that alone. You don't argue with no woman as a man. You leave that alone. That means the two battles you cannot win as a man. You cannot win it. You can't win it. Argue with a woman and you argue with a gay guy. He's two in body, he's a man and a woman too. You could win that and it's you alone. You can't win that. He talks to give you to crack you up. You are able to be
why you can't argue with a woman?
No, you can't win that. You can't win.
You can't. Why you think you can't win?
No, because not all the women, but you argue with a woman. Sometimes the woman, sometimes she's wrong and she feels she's right. Okay? And not being no sexist or nothing like that. Okay? Women, you all are very, very hard to please. Men too.
Very hard to please. Yeah. Oh, God.
Yes, you can't please. How much men can please a woman? You tell me who in the thing where everybody talk about they can please a woman. Yes.
Well, if you come in with Mama gives them, you definitely are not going to be able to please her, or reach an amicable agreement. But if you want to come with your tricks on your Mama gives them, well, then we're going to shut you down from the time you step to the door. Because we pick it up long time.
Yeah,
we have something called radar and intuition. You know why God give me radar and intuition? Because we're supposed to rear children, and when they're not in our sight, hey, what our child doing? Come here. That is called radar and intuition. So come on.
So listen, what we want to do? We were just talking about the politics of the, and you talked about the NTA and the UNC teamed up with the NT as well as the ILP. So do you think that in this upcoming local election, do you think that the combination of the ILP, NT, and UNC, can have a significant impact on the local government election?
Most definitely, because if, as I say, I will love to go along home and, just, as I say again, not to be a politician or nothing like that, to share my little ideas from up here and, what we could do to help Trinidad and Tobago. I don't, So that is a tricky question right now. Am I born? The only person I vote. I vote since I only vote one time in my life, which is very bad, And I vote for who was the party there? I vote from a coach really, from Bataya Ken Butcher, So that is now. Now, yeah, right. So that was the only first time I vote. In America, I vote only one time to myself again to vote for Donald Trump. So I never vote. I vote twice in my whole 23 years. I'm 23 years old.
Yeah.
Hey, Pumpkin, it's always a pleasure, man. We appreciate you giving us a call here in the village.
Yeah, thank you very much. It's a pleasure. So who is the young lady on the next end?
Diana and Tommy.
Mistress McDonald.
You stumbling to McDonald's?
No. All right, man. Take care, man. It's always a pleasure.
Okay, take care, my brother. It's a pleasure talking to you.
Pleasant night.
Yeah, so let me go back to the chat real quick here. Collusion is needed, so true. We need a coalition. Coalition don't work in Trinidad.
No, they need to make it work.
They can't.
It don't work.
They need to make it work.
It hasn't worked in the past, but that doesn't mean it cannot work.
And that's what I'm saying. They need to find a way to make it work.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. At the end of the day, if you ask me, I think this play by the NTA is much bigger than just this local government election. If you ask me. What do I mean by that? I feel that I don't have no inside information, but I feel this could end up in a place where Gary Griffith might be making a play to become leader of the United National Congress.
Okay.
That's what I think. Tell me, what do you say? What do you say, Diana? Tell me, what do you say?
I have always been uncomfortable with Gary's leadership.
Yeah.
I like a security posture, but as far as political party leadership, I never felt comfortable with it. But I could be wrong.
Diana?
Oh boy. Strategy, boy. Aye. And you don't want a man for a leader? Wow. Anyway, let me go ahead. Strategy. And don't come with the cockroach statement. His wife is a black woman. I don't talk. Good.
Maybe I'm wrong, but I find that fast talk, and I'm always quick to respond to everything. I'm uncomfortable with that.
You're uncomfortable? Well, maybe he's just a loquacious fellow. Like I am loquacious at times. At times I'll shut my damn mouth and absorb everything. Maybe he's just loquacious like that. Some people are like that.
I don't know. What do you think, Anslo?
No, because I think if you ask me, this might be a power play by Gary Griffith, and it tells me two things: that either he wants to be the mayor of Port of Spain, which is possible, right?
Or the prime minister,
or he wants to be the prime minister because he's the leader of a political.
Or get a MP seat in the UNC.
No, I think if it was going to be, I think it's all or nothing for him, as far as the political leader of the combination of the UNC NTA or just the political leader of the NTA, because this merger mightn't last.
But what we really need most of a prime minister or a crime minister.
Well, we need both. We need both.
Mm.
We need a crime minister and a prime minister. Because all Dr. Chaos do is cause chaos all up and down the country. That's all he does.
And it's always with some list.
And
Yeah.
we just can't continue this way.
Right now, Tobago in the loop too.
Correct. And I just wanted to play something that Fali said with respect to that audit report. And he doesn't want to make the same mistake that they made, I think, with the Scott drug report.
Right, that's I heard him say that, yes.
By making it public. So let's take a listen to this. Right. And you see, people have to understand that this is why this guy was coined a transformational leader. I mean, you could see certain things, and Dr. Chaos is a transactional leader. Now, take a listen.
I will not be making the report public, nor will I be laying it in the House, and I will not be giving a copy to the minority, nor the Prime Minister.
That unequivocal declaration comes just 4 days after the Prime Minister wondered about the whereabouts of a report that allegedly calls into question the integrity of the person who is touted as next in line to be the island's chief administrator, which is its highest-ranking public servant. For now, that position is vacant and has become the subject of the latest political fallout between Prime Minister and Chief Secretary. But speaking in the THA, Augustine told Dr. Rowley the report is in the hands of the right people.
To the offices of the Commissioner of Police, the Fraud Squad, the Financial Investigation Unit, or FIU, the now highly anticipated Anti-Corruption Bureau, and the Director of Public Prosecution.
Augustine said not even the people on his executive have seen it. And he believes the only reason Dr. Rowley and the PNM are interested in seeing the report is to tip off the person under scrutiny, who he called the Prime Minister's preferred person for that position.
It will appear that those opposite will like the opportunity to capital WAR1 their friends and to have the report thrown out of court on a technicality.
Augustine said this is another classic example of Trinidad attempting to interfere in the business of Tobago.
It has always been PNM versus Tobago.
Augustine said his THA will see the audit report and the actions to be taken to its fullest extent, and they will carefully dot their I's and cross their T's and take every action against those who are culpable.
Chiefad or no chiefad, it will happen.
Akash Samaru, CNC3 News.
Report. And the report, it's alleged that the audit report have a person who Dr. Chaos wanted to be the chief administrator. But he was caught with his hand in the cookie jar, and he could no longer become the chief administrator. So somebody else. So Dr. Chaos is upset now because he didn't get to put his person in the chief administrator position.
To continue taking out the cookie jar.
Not taking out the cookie jar, but to continue having all the information with respect to the THA. Because the chief administrator is a very important person within the THA, and they sign checks and they do a lot of things.
I'll give me that one. I will take that one. Nobody ain't bribing me. Give me the one.
Well, Alice, welcome. I wanted to talk quickly about something I saw today.
Independent.
I'm not going to play the video because I don't know.
Oh, everybody's coming in, boy. Like there's a setup here, boy. Yeah, boy. Let me go.
It's it's not set up. I don't think we just set
up. Let me go.
So we had a video today where a young lady was being lawless. Let me say that. And a female police officer, right, was handling her. and she slapped away the police officer's hand.
Yep.
And whenever you get violent with a law person, right, the door is open. Whatever necessary the police has to do, they have the right to do it. And if we want Trinidad and Tobago to change, the citizens of the country have to stop being lawless and being disrespectful to the police officers, as well as the police officers being disrespectful to the citizens. But as a high school student, what I saw there, the police was 100% correct for the way they handled it. Because we cannot have, and that's why we have problems in the school. We have school fighting and all kind of things, right? To me, they should have arrested her forthwith. As soon as she slapped the police, it's over. It's over. Whatever is necessary in order to detain her should have been done. And the people in the video now saying about abuse. Before them, give this young student tutoring and tell her, listen, calm down. Let's see what happens. They didn't do that. Oh, it's abuse. From what I saw there, it was nothing to do with abuse. That young lady was totally in the wrong. And if I was the police officer, I would have taken it into my own hands to arrest her by any means necessary.
Well, we don't know. I'm gonna come on here. I wonder what led to that altercation, because you only get the video when you see Bacchanal going on, right? And I watched it over and over and over. The young lady, the police officer had the young lady hand restrained, holding her. I didn't see no weapon. And I believe, because I said if that was a young Diana, it would have gone south. Right? According to Hugh Wooding Law School, what is an arrest? Now, by holding that young lady's hand like that, you're restraining her. I didn't see the police officers there telling her, you are under arrest. I am detaining you. Let me finish now. She was restricting the young lady's freedom of movement. And yeah, like I said, I told people a young Diana, but I don't know if an older Diana might do it. She knocked away the woman on, the police woman on, and went back. What I took issue with was the way the police officer went at her, putting her elbow in her neck and her hands all over her. If a police officer do that to us up here, and they tell you that you're under arrest, you're being detained, what that is called? That's called assault. And according to Hugh Wooding Law School, it says, an arrest may be defined as the seizing or touching of someone with the intent of restraining them if the person being arrested knows that they cannot leave, then this constitutes an arrest. It should be noted to hold a person against their will without arresting them is an unlawful act. And you just said if you were the police officer, you would have arrested her. What happened? Did the police officer, the woman, tell her she was under arrest? No, I didn't see that. So therefore, you are holding me here against my will. And I too might have chucked a hand away. Excuse me. Are you arresting me? Am I being legally detained? Why can't what uniform you're wearing? Don't come and grab me and hold me and restrict my movement. If you tell me I'm under arrest, then I will comport myself differently. But if you are restricting my movement because you have on a uniform, it ain't gonna go nice. That was my stance. Yep. That's it.
Me?
Yeah. I believe that the policewoman wasn't trying to be abusive to the child. I think she attempted to engage the child, and the child was behaving very disrespectful. This is my humble opinion.
And even further than that, Tommy,
and it got out of hand.
The child slapped her. Once you slap, listen, as a police officer, I could hold your hand if I think you're being disrespectful.
Hold on, you mean hold my hand? Hello? You will just come and restrict my movement, just so?
If you are being disrespectful, and I
you will come and hold my hand?
Yes.
I will shake myself away from you.
If I hold your hand and you slap at my hand,
and I'm not going to slap you. I will free myself from you.
Well, listen, no. Come on, come on, Diana.
And if you come at me again, I'm going to put my hand up. Back off.
Did you see the young lady slap the police officer?
She slapped her hand away from her. Yeah, I saw that. And after she put her elbow inside her, and I said, wait a minute.
And you should be arrested and dealt with.
No.
Slapping the officer is assault.
Why? The police officer should have de-escalated the situation. She should have de-escalated that situation instead of slicing her.
If I was that officer, I would have picked up. She was down on the ground, back, handcuff. Yes.
Yeah. And you're handcuffing me. You're telling me you arrest me, right?
Yeah.
I hope so.
But what do you mean hope so? Once you
can't just come and slam handcuff on people in the public so handsome. Come on. You have to tell me you are arresting me and tell me the reason why. Otherwise you're illegally detaining me. That is the problem.
If I am speaking with you in this tone and I am trying to get you to calm down, and I hold
me aside and practice de-escalation tactics that they're trained in. Don't come into the situation and all up in my face and you're president. All they want the police and all they want that is not the way she should. Pull the child away, carry her away from the situation and calm down. But she came and further gaslighted it. And I didn't like that. And you're putting your elbow in her. I saw that. Like I tell all here, if that was a young Diana, or you see fight with a cop. I didn't care what uniform she wears. She would have got floored.
Diana,
no. Answer me.
The police would have deal with you, and you should suffer the consequences.
Suffer what consequence? You cannot come and grab. Let me tell you. I traveled to England one time, but this was one of the 10 times I went there. I got off the flight. I'm tired in the morning time. Travel the train, go to Victoria Station. I'm looking tired. My head probably wasn't fixed up nice. Where? I don't know. And this guy came from nowhere. I didn't know he was law enforcement. And he just grabbed my hand and like he's going to detain me. And I chucked him one side. And I took a fight stance for he. You don't come and grab me so. And then when I find out he's law, I'm talking into his shirt, telling the people about his 8. That is your location. And then I said, well, he must see. I said, but you would tell me. And then he said, well, you were going. I said, no, you keep your hands off of me. Back to hell up. I told him after I found out he was a police officer, back to hell up. I told him that. So when all of them run coming from wherever, I said, I got to go somewhere with who? I said, I'm not going anywhere to be searched unless there's a female police officer. And nobody don't grab me. Nobody don't touch me. Nothing. Yeah.
That analogy you just said there,
but
nothing to do.
No, Anselm, I do not. Well, I'm telling you, you don't come and grab me.
In uniform. The police officer was in uniform.
You cannot come and grab me just so, and I doing you nothing. If I'm involved in an argument with you, I don't have no weapon on me. You can come and grab my hand just so. I can tell you, take off and let me go.
That analogy makes absolutely no sense.
Well, maybe to you, but if you and I in an argument, if you and I are in an argument, and a police officer come and snatch me just so, I could chuck my hand. Let me go.
Yeah, let me go. That's random, but was the situation with the young lady random?
Let me go. Don't touch me.
Dana, in this situation, you're making no sense.
You're not making no sense.
It's not making sense.
The woman, she was holding on to her hand, and the young lady shake herself away from her. What's wrong with that?
The police have on a uniform.
I don't care what you're wearing, unless you come and tell me that you are arresting me and detaining me for what? I don't care what you're wearing. Do not come in my face and snatch onto me. I will shake myself away from you.
If you
what's the madness you're telling me? I could be walking the street, or I could be talking loud, or and you will just come and grab me just so? No. No, I am not going to allow it to happen to me. I'm going to shake my hand away. Can I help you? And I always pick to tell you, back to hell up. That I put up my hands like that. Back to hell up. What's going on here? Right? Don't come and snatch me so. I don't agree with it. She should have taken the young lady aside and spoken to her, but you had a hand holding there, holding her. You're restraining her. She further gaslighting the child.
But if the
I can agree with that tactic. No.
If the child is behaving in a
pull her away from the situation, Tommy, and talk to her one side. That's called de-escalation. She wasn't brandishing a weapon. She running him out. She has a constitutional right to run him out. But you're going and you're restraining her, and you tell us you're under arrest. We should pull away. What happened? What's going on? I probably would have done the same thing.
The officer was trying to engage the child, it looked like.
No, she did. I little want the police. You had to look at it again. She used her. Little want the police and the police. And she used her. Her status as a. Nah, I don't agree with the way she handled it. I would have extracted the child, take her one side, and find out what's going on. Not further gaslight her. And you don't know what the situation in the home that child coming from. You don't know. You don't know. She didn't have any weapon. She was running her mouth. She had a right to run him out. She made no threatening statement. She wasn't even cursing. She wasn't even using profanity. If you restraining me, I want you to let me go. Why are you holding on to me so? I'm going to ask you, are you arresting me? But if you're not arresting me, don't hold me, so let me go. Let me go. You can't do it. According to the law of Trinidad and Tobago, she illegally holding on to the girl. And when she doing that and shake away, then she gonna use her status as a police officer and elbowing in the girl neck. I tell her, if I was a young Diana, that'd have gone south long time. I'd have get my licks, but somebody would have get some licks too. You can't be doing that. Come on, de-escalate. That's what was needed there, but I didn't see that. But anyway, well, let's say I'm not being honest or fair. Well, I didn't. Ellis, you have your opinion and I have mine. All right? I don't agree with the way they handle her. With me, you can't just run him out. They're only living in a police state then.
What he's saying is that you can be charged for insulting, aggressive, or abusive words. You
What
can
do
be
you mean a charge for being what? I thought it's charging for profanity. I know that it's charging for. Oh Lord, Father, help us.
What he's saying is that you can be charged for insulting, aggressive, or abusive. Abusive words is profanity.
But the girl didn't use no profanity.
He is saying that you could be charged for these things.
And I know that.
You could have been insulting and aggressive.
What do you mean insulting? She didn't use any profanity.
We don't know that. We don't know that.
Well, from what I saw.
We don't know that. We don't know that.
From what I saw. But I didn't like the way she restraining her. She ain't said she's under arrest. And then you're elbowing the girl and I said, wait, what's going on here? And I know me, I have a short fuse. Don't come and grab me and hold me. I know, I want to know what's going on. I have a short fuse. You have to be very careful.
To me, the way things are going in Trinidad with these young kids, the police have to show some type of force when they become disrespectful. Understand? And anytime they are going to be disrespectful, because if they can be disrespectful to the police officers, imagine what they could be to their teachers when they're in school. Okay? If they can be respectful to a police officer, imagine this same young girl in school.
Well, I ain't gonna call it kettle black because I fight with a teacher.
You know what? The police officer was right to how she handled shit. You know, the next time she see a police officer, she's gonna be more respectful.
But I can't call the kettle black because I fight with a teacher. Right? So hey, it's what it is. I ain't proud, but I didn't feel like I warranted, getting hit across my back with a belt that day. And I, took my own destiny in my hand. Because, I told her, I said, do not hit me today, Miss Clark. What is this you want me to do? You want me to do over the homework? I'll gladly do it over. But no, to take the belt and Whack! I said, okay, I'm done with this. Belt out the window. And everything went down the road from that. Right? So, you are, as a person in authority, you have to practice, de-escalation will work. But you have to know what you're doing.
Hailey, listen to this, Hailey.
Who called the police officer a whole Ellis?
Listen, Hailey, listen to this, right? You see, we have problems in Trinidad with school children. All the time we'll be showing these school children fighting, they're fighting each other, and they're doing this, they're fighting the teacher, they're being disrespectful. And to me, this was a prime example that you need to go to these schools and show these kids. You misbehave, you're being disrespectful, there are consequences for your actions.
But I want to know what led up to the whole thing. That's what I want to know. How they reached there.
If you want to be disrespectful, because if she could be disrespectful to a police officer, imagine how she's at home. Just imagine.
Well, and in her defense, you don't know what she's going through at home.
Diana,
you don't know what hello, don't go there with me and slam. You don't know what she going through.
Listen. When I arrest her, right, for being disrespectful, we go deal with what going on in your home when we finish. We go deal
arrest.
I can't be looking at you disrespecting me and worrying about what's going on in your house. So
you know what?
Let me finish. Every time I see a student now, right, in the street being disrespectful to me, I had to sit back now and think, I wonder what happening in she house, boy. I wonder what she father doing, she boy. I wonder what the mother doing, she boy. I wonder if she sleep last night, boy. I wonder if she had breakfast this morning. So I get into the business now. I getting into be a doctor now. I have to think about what you going through, right, before I decide to do my duty. No, police not there for that. That's not police business. You you suffer the consequences. And you're going to learn from it. What you talking about? I don't worry about what you going on at home. I don't worry about what you going on at home. I a psychiatrist. Me no psychiatrist.
Okay, Anselm, and that will solve the issues in the country.
Well,
because for her,
let me you want police to be a psychiatrist?
Anselm, for her to be so blatantly disregarding of the law, something has to be going on.
What law?
Our personal law enforcement person then. For her to be, like you said, chuck away the hand and something going on in the background. Come on, the woman was in her uniform.
Not the police business.
Really? Oh, that's why it will never get fixed then.
No, that's not true. That is not the police business.
Well, it will never get fixed.
To go in the psychiatric business.
They will never get fixed.
Look at you and say, but you know what? I feel she kind of mad,
It will never get fixed then.
That's what you want to by the time you think about that, the police can pull out a gun and shoot the police officer.
Let me tell you something, when you are Ellis, if you're having issues at home, your behavior toward the world, you don't care. Okay? So if you put the commissioner of police in front of she probably would have yanked away she hand too. All right. So when you're going through issues as a young teenager and stuff, come on. I believe that policewoman, she could have used de-escalation tactics. But like I said, I didn't see the video from beginning as to how they ended up there. I would like to know what's the backstory. What went on that they end up at that corner?
If I was
and commotion,
she would have been arrested.
But because
I guarantee you, she would have never, ever disrespect another police officer.
Because you want to bully her. You want to bully her, yeah. You want to, and I'm telling you, there are some students, there are some people. Let me put it in this world. You go at them the wrong way. They don't care what you're wearing. They'll snatch you. And I am one of them. I know I speak. I'm not proud, but I know I'm one of them. You come at me the wrong way, I will snatch you.
So
that's how I am.
Consequences, whoever it is.
Whatever. You come at me, you come and hold in my hand. I'm gonna yank my hand away from you until you back the hell up.
Nobody not no problem with that. They just have
Back the hell up. Don't grab my hand so holding me. What are you holding me for? Are you arresting me? Are you detaining me? I want to hear you say it too. And I want to know the reason why.
Listen, nobody has any problem with you reacting anyway.
Well, I want to know. Don't grab me. Don't grab me. So let go of my hand. Leave me alone. I don't. Why am I here?
I am a police officer, and you assault me. You have to suffer the consequences.
And then they're telling me they can walk up on you anyway and grab your hand no, they don't work.
Really, that's absolutely correct. That's why.
No. Let me put out an APB. When I in Trinidad, all they don't walk up to me and snatch me. Eh? Okay, good. Don't grab my hand, no how. Good. Do not grab Diana Benskin hand.
And if they grab your hand, what are you gonna do?
I will act accordingly. Leave it alone.
Diana,
do not grab my hand. I'm saying it. Don't snatch my hand like that. No. Yeah, I want to know why are you detaining me, and I want you to tell me you arrested me and for what, so I could sue the pants off of them. Do not snatch my hand. No, leave me alone. Get away from me.
I'm glad they handled that young lady like that, because
no, she could have carried her.
She will remember how she get treated for being disrespectful.
You can't just, you don't know what the answer. We only saw the. Oh, come on, no.
I am not in the business of being a psychiatrist.
Yeah.
Only job as a police officer. That's not my training. My training is not to look into your brain and know that
you're trained in de-escalation tactics. You can employ them.
All right, okay.
Please. You come in with your bullying attitude. They don't know who killed Rhoda. What's your name? The girl that throw over the thing. They don't know who killed. You know, little girl name that found out the corruption is Andrea Barrett. They don't know the people missing, but you want to detain a schoolgirl holding she hand and then you want to and I watch elbow going in the girl neck. I say, hey, let me see where this going.
We have a call. Hello, caller. You're on WZYE 95.9. Hello.
Good night, Mr. Anselm and Mr. Tommy.
You are live on WZYE 95.9 FM. Go ahead.
Good night, Takisha.
Yes, I'm calling from Tobago.
Oh,
I thought it was Takisha.
How are you doing?
Diana, Diana, just let me load on the TV.
Yeah, load on the TV.
Yes, I've been listening to the program.
Yeah.
I've been listening to the program as I usually does. And what Diana is saying is true. As an ex-officer, as an ex-police officer, what Diana is saying is perfectly right. And I will read this for you tonight to hear for yourself, right? The summary of a procedure to effect an arrest. This is the 8th way in which you can arrest a person, right? The first thing you do as a police officer is to identify yourself. You're not supposed to touch anybody first thing. That's not the first thing you're supposed to do. The second thing, you tell the person that he or she is under an arrest, and if necessary, then you could touch and hold and seize the body of the person. You have to identify yourself first. And then the second thing you do, you tell the person what they have been arrested for. What's the offense? You don't just arrest a person just like that. You don't just put on handcuffs. No, you don't do that. That is wrong. The third thing you do, you tell the person what offense he or she is being arrested for. You caution and you note and reply, if any, tell the person of his or her rights. Then you search a person, then you convey the arrest person to the station by the shortest possible way, constitutional rights. So the first thing a police officer supposed to do is to identify yourself and tell the whoever it is what they have been arrested for. I'm Miss So and so. I understood that you're given troubles in school. You have been harassing children in school, report of harassment has been made against you for such and such. You have been abusing children in the school. You have been a bully. You're supposed to identify and tell the victim in which you are arresting what they have been arrested for. You don't just arrest a person and put handcuffs and physically touch anybody without telling them what they have been arrested for.
So this is Marion, right?
Yes, sir.
So, Marion, let me ask a question. You watched the video, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you are saying that in every situation, just as how you stated there, that happens, right? That's what you are saying. Mm-hmm. Is that the way it should happen? Correct?
That is exactly that's according to the book.
But
And
most of the times,
I read it for you a little while ago.
But yeah, but most of the times, due to the situation, for example, right? Yes, the police officer did place her hand on the young lady. Is it right for the young lady to slap the police officer hand? Isn't that considered to be assault of a police officer?
No.
No?
No, let me tell you something.
So
Why
wait
the young
now,
lady?
so I could cuff you in your face.
I was an officer.
Wait, but listen to this. I could cuff you in your face.
No.
She didn't cuff her. She slapped away her body from the police officer.
What she's been arrested for.
Mm-hmm.
If she told her what she's been arrested for, if she's guilty of what they're arresting her for, then she have the right to handcuff her. But if you don't tell the person what you're arresting her for, you can't just come and put the handcuff on a person and touch him physically without telling him you are under arrest for such and such report of such and such came against you and you are suspecting a case or such and such be the case. You cannot and have no right to touch anybody physically without telling them what they are being arrested for. Maybe she did not tell the young girl or young child. I didn't see the video, but I'm listening tonight to what you are saying. I did not see it, right? But I'm telling you from experience, as a ex-female officer, I'm telling you of experience, I always go according to the book. We go according to the book. The book does say the one thing, but people does do what they want after.
But Marian, you have to look at it. Marian, we appreciate the call, eh? Marian, you have to look at the video to get a sense of how this thing happened. I understand the books. You know, Marian, you know what that reminds me of, Marian? It reminds me of the Trinity situation. Where
you could avoid calling me name, please.
No problem.
Right, yeah. Because you know these things.
Yeah. I apologize. So listen, it is the same situation that happened with respect to Trinity, right? Where the guys with the braids, right, wasn't allowed to walk with the other students because it was against the rules of the school. But in that situation, right, the rules should have been different or set aside. In this situation here with this young lady slapping at the police officer, even the police officer, I could put my hands on you by trying to calm a situation. Right?
Yeah. No.
I could put my hands on a person.
You better not put your hands on Diana in a hot moment. Don't do it, eh? Don't do it.
Diana, we're just talking. Okay.
Good.
We're just talking. I could as a police officer, I could put my hands on you in order to try to calm the situation. Right? I'm not trying to put my hands on you to arrest you or anything. I'm trying to de-escalate, as you say, the situation. But if you slap my hands away, once you slap me, that is not assault of a police officer?
What I'm telling you. It all depends on what. Because remember, we don't see the video from the beginning. They could only show you a certain part where the child retaliate. But we don't know what happened before that. You understand me? We didn't see the whole video. Let's do that.
Yeah, but based on what we saw, that police officer, based on what I saw, you are giving us based on the experience, and that is great. But to me, once a person put their hand on a police officer, that is considered to be assault.
And that, put your hand, the police officer put your hand on me, that's assault too.
That means to say,
don't put your hand on me unless you're arresting me.
Can I finish?
Mr. Lebon, Mr. Lebon, a police officer is a human being. They are human beings, right? And people tend to forget that they have problems too. They come to the station with their problems and they take it out on people sometimes. So just remember that these police officers that we rate up and praise up and high up, they are human beings with problems that comes to their job with their problems too and react to people wrongfully sometimes. They account of their problem on the people that they go and deal with. You understand me? I'm telling you. Nobody, I was there and I know and I'm seeing it. Many times I had to talk to younger officers, cool on yourself, forget it's people like you, everybody have problems. You are human being just like them with issues just like them. So I'm telling you, a lot of them come in there just for job because they get 5 subjects. But they don't have no manners, no attitude. They're not ready for the job. Mentally, they're not ready for the job. But they are ready because physically they have 5 subjects, which is a requirement which I find is stupidness. A lot of them should be out of the service. I tell you a fact. They're not ready for the job.
For transparency, caller, do I know you or you know me?
No,
For me, to me?
Yeah, the caller. Wait, I want a question. Do I know you or you know me, caller?
No, I don't know you. I just see you on the. I just see you on WYC.
No.
Alice, there's your answer.
Diana. I think what we have here is a person who listens to us.
Right, but Ellis is saying that I set up the call, so I let him know, you know.
Diana. It's a person who listens to WZYE. She's all the way in Tobago. She feels that what we are doing here, she likes to listen to, and she's sharing her experience with us.
Exactly.
Important. I think that's very important.
Very much so.
I just enjoy the program,
Yeah.
and I know I know your father too. I know your father too.
You know, you're not my business, you know. This thing's going all over the place, you know. You cannot.
I know your father. I know who your father is. I know who your father is. I tell you, because I'm up that side, so I know your father.
But listen, I want you to continue to listen and tell the other people in Tobago, because I don't care what side of the political fence you're on in Tobago. We don't like how the central government is treating Tobago. All right? I mean, I don't know.
I not tell any specific political thing. And I, for as Diana does say, and Diana does talk something. I mean, she'll be trouble sometimes. My son love Diana. She just always talking about me. I love this lady. You're sure she's not from Tobago? I said, no, she's not from Tobago. I know she's not Trinidad for sure. I said she born in Trinidad though. She said she born in Trinidad, but she's not living in Trinidad. He said she had to be not from Trinidad because Trinidad people not so sensible. And he said he loved Tommy, although Tommy too quiet. He said Tommy too quiet. He just talk too easy and tough. So
you're getting a real
so we don't be watching the program. We don't be watching the program.
And listen. That's what this program is all about. We about country, and sometimes you people may not agree with us, but you see, this is what's good, right? You heard it, and you decide to call in, put your opinion on the table, and we treat with you very respectfully.
Yeah.
And
I know that.
You bring a different.
I know that.
Right,
you're trying your best. You're trying your best. I know that.
You bring a.
I don't say you're calling on other stations and they'll be bashing you. They'll be bashing you. Don't call. Trinidad people don't want to help in hands. I'm here from Trinidad, but as far as I see, the people in Trinidad don't want help at all. They don't want to change. They don't want change.
What? I applaud
you.
you.
Be bashing you and you trying to help them and show them things and they far gone.
Yeah, I applaud that statement that you made.
They far gone in truth.
But let me ask you a question. Since you're from that side, you know Nolly Adams, Sammy?
Yeah. Yes, I know Nolly.
Yeah, tell him Tommy say hello. Me and he are real good friends.
I'm not living up there, I'm from up there, but I'm not living up there. I'm living near Rowley.
Ooh, near Brother B.
I live in there, Rowley.
You're in the Mason?
Yeah. I'm not living that side anymore, but I'm living on this side.
But listen, we want to thank you so much and continue to listen to us and tell a friend to tell a friend, because what we like is that you heard us and you call us and give us the opinion of someone who have experienced what we were talking about. We were talking from outsiders, and you were giving us an opinion as an insider, and we do appreciate that.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you so much.
I'll try not to be
continue to go there.
Okay, thank you so much.
I'll try not to be too quiet.
Yeah, and try not to be too quiet. When you hear something, call man.
Call
us
in.
All right?
No, sometimes I doesn't always be around. Sometimes I doesn't always be around. So I come back when you're all done.
No problem.
So I get to call every time. I come back 10 o'clock. All right.
Take care.
Okay.
Pleasant night.
So then you set up that call, she from by your father.
She's living on the other side right now.
So folks, stick and stay. We're going to go for a quick station identification. So Magnus Batiste just joined us, right? Ellis.
You are listening to WZYE LP 95.
Ellis, Magnus, poor, humble, and polite pastor, Hailey Rose, Ulrich join us, boy. Rennie Mohammed. Ulrich, Nadia, what's the name of the other one, boy? Nadira, if you're still there. What's the other? V-Share, if you're still there, put closing comments in the chat. We're going to go for a quick station identification. I didn't see Mean Gene tonight. It's in the village with the DAT Triplet. Lana, if you're still there as well. Takesha, if you're still there. Stick and stay. We'll be right back.
You're listening to WZYE 95.9 FM. You are listening to WZYE 95.9 FM. The most influential name in Caribbean radio in the tri-state area. Broadcasting from East Orange, New Jersey. The most influential name in Caribbean radio. WZYE 95.9 FM.
We are back with you. It's in the village with the DAT Triplets on WZYE 95.9 FM. Come to you every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday from 7 to 10 p.m. That's Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday from 7 to 10 p.m. Now, what I find very impressive, is what I find impressive in that a person who is living in Tobago, right, decide to listen to what we have to say and decide to pick up the phone and call, So that tells me that what we are doing here is having an impact on people in Trinidad and Tobago. Because, for her to pick up the phone and call, because we were discussing this, and folks, it's a discussion, right? When we discuss it, we may disagree, right? But we disagree respectfully. And we are not always going to agree with each other. And just like in the chat, people are not going to always agree with you. But however, that's why these disagreements will bring people who can tell you, and what she put on the table for us is experience as a police officer. And I cannot doubt her because that's her experience.
And her expertise, of course.
Correct, and her expertise. So I can't say, that's why I had to be quiet. I can't say, well, you don't know what you're talking about because she is a police officer, right?
We have to be respectful of her opinion.
Of course.
Because she's not just giving us things out of thin air. She's telling us what's written in the
correct.
law.
These are the policies. These are the procedures. This is the way it's supposed to be handled.
Right. That's the playbook.
That's the playbook. Now, we also talked about they have a playbook in Trinity too. In Trinity too, right? And they were following the playbook too, right? So if we are going to say that we have to follow that playbook, then what Trinity did was basically follow the playbook. So you see? Think about it, right? We can't follow the playbook over here, but when it comes to over here, we don't want to follow the playbook. Either we following the playbook or we not following the playbook. That's what I was saying.
Well, basically you were saying all year round they have to be consistent.
All year round. And if this police officer is acting a way that she shouldn't, then she should suffer the consequences for her actions. You understand? Yeah. Well, Ellis say you could respect that, but does not mean I have to. Well, Ellis, she is a police officer, and she acted in that situation. So, I, not being a police officer, not knowing the rules, I was acting based on what I saw in the video. And to me, if she slaps a police officer, I consider that to be assault. But what she's saying to us, if you put your hand on that person and you didn't do certain things, right, it's like you have illegally done something. So Ellis, I think that would be a good thing, Ellis, if we could get Poor Humble Polite says, preach police officer.
So basically what happened, the situation is at hand is that child can get legal counsel and take action and be successful in a bid if she brings charges against that officer.
Thank you.
Based on what the officer says, based on
that, yes.
Previous officer said, but I think that'd be very difficult because she slapped the officer.
She pushed her away from her. I would have done that too. Why you trying to detain me? No.
She slapped her. She slapped her hand. She
pushed. It came off like that. But you telling me to get away from me, but that's the That instead of taking me behind or her elbow, she freed herself.
No, she slapped her.
Well, hey, she had no right detaining
But
her.
ultimately, we don't know what happened if the officer would have.
How it got there? She had no right detaining. That's what I tell you. Don't come and grab me without telling me I'm under arrest, because I'm going to shake your way.
Mm-hmm.
So, folks, it's always a pleasure joining us in the village with the DAT Triplets and WZYE 95.9 FM. We also thank all of you for continually joining us. We want to thank our friend here in Tobago for giving us first-hand experience about being a police officer, because I think that's important. We are lay persons and we are just going by what we see. And when I saw that video, I was very disappointed in the young lady, especially the one with the slap.
Yeah.
A slap to me is disrespectful and assault, and I will imagine what this young lady is like at home and in school. So, all right. So let me get my closing comment here. Okay. So my closing comment. Okay. Here it is. You can't give your life more time, so give the time you have more life. You can't give your life more time, so give the time you have left more life. From where I said this is it, the clock on the wall. So that's all I like to say, but I've got to go. Remember, hard work beats talent when talent does not work hard. And for every 60 seconds of anger, you lose 1 minute of it. Remember, your circumstances may determine who you are, but you are responsible for who you become. Folks, have a splendiferous rest of the week, and we see you guys on Saturday. Go ahead, Diana.
Okay, I just wanted to give 3 quotes. In chaos, there is fertility. All great changes are preceded by chaos. And in the midst of chaos, there's also opportunity. This is your poet and your global ambassador, the Onyx Wave, saying, Auf Wiedersehen, till we see again. Good night, beloved people.
Thank you. Where, Tommy?
These are the words of Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor. He says, "Look well into thyself. There is a source of strength which will always spring up, if thou wilt always look there." And I'd like to say again, the change begins with the man in the mirror. You look into the mirror. If when you look into the mirror, you don't like what you see, don't blame the mirror. Okay? Again, don't look down on a man or a woman unless you're giving them a hand up. Looking forward to our next session. Till then, be safe. Love you all. Good night.
Thank you, Tommy. Good night. Ren, you want me to play this song? Mighty Spoiler. Dada, can you check this to the multi spoilers copyright for me? You know my phone. Did you hear me? Hey, Diana.
Which song is it?
Mighty Spoiler. Woman Police. Oh, God. Rennie's kicks too bad. Rennie said, Diana, we go play police and thief. Handcuff could be fun. So Ellis closing comment is, Sat Maharaj at his school and he said, no hijab in his school, not a dog back. Was he wrong? Rules are rules.
Mighty Spoiler, Woman Police. Is that copywritten?
You know how to look for copyright, right?
Well,
what song you looking for, Anson?
Mighty Spoiler, Woman Police.
He sound like he Mighty Spoiler.
That child was seeing that big strong officer as a big raging bull rush into But that's why she tried to free herself from him. That's what Rose says. Okay. When he says live, love, laugh, ingredients to long life. Ali says we want a better Trinidad and Tobago. People have to do things the right way, even though that means you have to break the rules to do what's right. Okay. All right. So Heidi's espousing breaking the rules, even if breaking the rules is gonna make whatever it is right.
You can play that.
So when we have more murders, you must tell the criminals. You must tell us the criminals have pressure home, so we must understand.
You can play it, Ansel.
Okay, all right, cool.
I think so, yeah. I'm seeing.
At least the police have to lead by example. There's
Yeah,
no for stacking off on the charge.
Yeah, you seen it? He told me I ain't seen none either.
Nope. Doesn't show a copyright for it.
Yeah, okay. Leon Adams says, if you walk with the wise, you will be wise. But if you walk with the foolish, you will be foolish. Thank you, Leon. Alice says you could respect, but that does not mean I have to agree. Okay. Highly closing comments. The floods have lifted up, oh Lord, the floods have lifted up their voice, the floods lift up their waves. Okay. Molly, better known as Prempado or Premp. Okay, I don't know what that is, Margaret. But... All right, so I think I'm gonna play this from my let's make a play this from my So folks, good night. I'm gonna play this from
If you want white teeth, stop brushing them. Seriously.
All right, folks, good night.
We just can't